Okay. How do you get on the agenda so early here, Chief?
Oh, I like it.
All right, come on up here, let's,
I know, I've been sitting here for 10 minutes. I just want to throw you off.
so how's everybody liking your table layout? At least we don't have an opening in the middle.
Yeah, no, seems to make sense.
I feel like it's going to be easier to pass the bowls around if nothing more.
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a small. Oh, this is the other one. Oh, yeah, last week.
We don't have much room, no, I'm just saying.
Oh,
We're not, we don't have quite as much room as we had, but we'll get by. We'll figure it out. No, it's okay, it just, we normally spread out. What you got, Chief?
Just a few updates. Just update on the Gather Festival, the 2-day festival. It was actually run very well. It was good collaboration with Stratton crew, all the emergency services. I think we had one arrest out of the 2 weekends, or the two days on that weekend. And I think the only other complaints we had were some noise complaints across a few different towns. So I was there and it was very loud, so I imagine I could hear it for miles.
I
But,
could hear it at my house.
You could? Yeah.
They were hearing it in
I
West.
could hear it too.
And Window.
Stark Farm.
Yeah, I think we had one call from Winhall.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so Green Up Day barbecue went well, we had a good turnout over at Community Center. We just did 5 of us attended along with Manchester PD peer support wellness training at the Manchester PD day between 9 and 1. Also, another case of note, I don't know if anybody heard about it, but Gunner was called to assist VSD over in Peru and helped find an elderly man that was lost deep into the woods down a ravine, and was the reason that he was found and was still alive at the time. So that was a good find, another good find for Gunner. Highway safety funding, I'll be applying for that this month. I believe it's due May 27th. Done the training for it last week. Ready to go. It's the same annual funding that we get for occupant protection, DUI patrols, distracted driving patrols, any equipment needs, highway safety equipment needs, and they also do training as well, any highway safety related training. We took advantage of that last year, so in August there's 2 of us going to a highway safety training. Impaired driving conference, ICP impaired driving conference based with the funds from that grant. So we'll have the opportunity to apply again for this coming fiscal year. Also, I reached out to Scott, Trevor, and I sent an email to the fire department as well. I was looking at the VLCT equipment grant. They do a 50% match. If anybody has any needs, any equipment that they want to put in for, just have to be safety related. Just let me know. We can do that in the next couple of weeks. Pretty simple process, and they get right back to you.
So do you have to buy it ahead of time, or do you put in for the
Yeah, you put in for, yeah, and then purchase it, show proof of purchase, and then give you 50% back.
I did see the email.
Yeah, I think, Scott's gotten the lift that he uses over at the transfer station. You've used it before as
We
well.
got some signs and stuff before, and like this time here, we're gonna go after some cones, some
Perfect.
traffic control devices and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the things on it, I'm not trying to hijack you,
No,
but one of the things on it that I'm actually looking at is portable stoplights. Maybe you see the state using a lot, stuff like that. Something we just set up and one man can run them, just little things like that.
As far as new hire progress, we're in the middle of a background investigation for potential that we interviewed, I guess it was a few weeks ago now. We're working through through that.
Because Greg's getting done in.
Greg will be done in October, yeah,
Okay.
full time, with like 7 part-time. So, he should be, I'm sure he'll.
Wasn't part-time 4 days a week?
I think they're night shifts, aren't they?
Yeah, that's exactly what he wants, yeah. And then the last thing, I sent it out, in the last couple of days, is the local emergency management plan. I think some of you had an opportunity to look at it, that got back to me with a couple of edits that I have, put into this copy. The only thing that I wanted to look at, so the local dispatch center
Mhm.
is actually in VSD Westminster.
Oh, it is, okay,
Yeah, so the channel that we chat on is Shaftesbury, so I just left that the same.
okay,
Everything else, I got Margaret Cell and changed the contact at the market and that kind of thing.
Okay,
So
great,
everything
thanks.
else was changed, yeah. But it has to be approved, adopted at a meeting. So I do have the documents here, along with the adoption form. Is that something that you guys are prepared to do today?
yes.
It has to be done before June 1st. If you want to do it the next meeting, that's fine too. But,
Is there a waiting period, Derek, once we sign it? No, once we sign it, we're
no,
good.
yeah, it's in place. I send it into our local coordinator, our regional coordinator, and we're good to go. If you get it in late, it affects your potential FEMA funding. And, so, yeah.
We're affected by FEMA funding anyways, we don't get it.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem. So it just,
Yeah, make a motion to accept and approve the local emergency management plan.
So good.
Motion was made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Who seconded that?
I did.
Okay, thanks.
And is it just one signature?
yeah, just one signature and printed name there. Yeah. I think that's all that I have.
Great. Keep up the good work.
Well, thank you.
Can you remind me of the new hire's first name? I can't remember. if it was-
So the person that we interviewed was Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, potential.
Okay, so anything else on your,
That's all I got.
so you got a whole bunch of driving license suspended and DUIs, most of them been out towards Manchester.
Yeah, 11:30, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those are stops that just continue into Manchester after being spotted in Winhall.
Okay.
They'll seem to pick up when you have a new, very proactive officer.
John Hall. Okay. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Great.
So I guess the stuff that you have near the back door, we gotta start sorting through that and get that out of there.
So I think the last thing we have there, he took care of the grill,
Okay.
brought that up along with something else. What did we bring up that day? Remember grill and, so I think the
Snow blower?
barrel, I think is the only thing. Did we bring the snow blower up? Yeah, I think we did.
Snow blower's still right there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Was a couple days ago.
Yeah, there's a couple.
You might need it.
brought up. Yeah.
They needed it in
We can get that
Massachusetts.
running, we'll
They
use
needed
it.
it in Massachusetts a few days ago.
Yeah, yeah, and then the barrel, so if you want help getting that stuff out of there,
Good.
whatever else needs to go,
Yep.
we can do that. Get work back
Did
there.
the garden hose and that stuff, garden hose is pretty rough shape, did they get pulled out of there?
Yeah, I mean, we had the one on the other side of the building, is that still there?
I don't think it is right now,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I think they'll be hanging it back up. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can clean it up.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
I took care of the tires. I took them to the dump,
So the ones that were over here?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
yeah,
Good deal.
so. Scott said he was gonna send the bill to the police department.
No problem. File.
Then you can send it back to me and I'll code it.
Was it keep going?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so if we're gonna go on to old business, it looks like highway line striping, I guess. Since you're here, Trevor, we might as well talk this over. So we had 3 bids. Was K5 Corp., is that the one that we've had a couple times and haven't gotten it done.
Yes.
But partly because we haven't gotten it done in time for them to get up here in decent time.
For a one time, but it's always, K5's always been a struggle. We've always had communication issues with them. L&D, we've had obvious issues with them.
Oh, so you've worked with this other company?
We've worked with both the two top companies.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we had K5 came in at 17,725. Now we had L&D safety markings out of Barry at 21,500.
Correct.
And I had
And Green Mountain at 27,900.
Yep.
That seemed really high.
So here's the fun part about this whole budgeting for these guys is there's no set number with these guys. This year here we're in the 20s. Next year we could be the low teens. Right now we've got 18,000 in the coffers for the line striking. It's a tough call. I personally, K5 and L&D, like I said, we've used them. We've had issues with them. This new guy out of Bennington, I've done some research on him. He does work for the town of Bennington. He does this as kind of a side deal. He is doing a lot of the valley towns right now for the line striking and stuff like that.
But it's hard to justify.
He's very hard to justify.
It's hard to justify.
The 10,000.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Green Mountain one?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20, it's hard,
It's 27,900.
yeah, almost, it's a little over $10,000 more.
It is, but I do have not a selling point, but a conversation piece of the fact that he is local. And we've got black roads right now that did not get done last year. And with him being local, would he be able to come in and get some of our stuff done in sections instead of waiting for them to decide that they're not gonna make it in October?
Or wait till the snow on the ground.
Or wait till there's snow on the ground. I don't know. This is a very tough thing. I mean, I'm a firm believer in supporting local. This is a little high, I will admit. In reading into his bid, he did add a thing in there that if we did decide to go with him next year, he'd do it for another 12% more, which I think is a real high number. I don't agree with going with that at all. But I don't know. It's a tough one. If I was to
Well, we haven't had terribly good luck with K5 but when we're late in getting our paving done,
but we've also had times with them getting here late in the year because they get all the big stuff done first. And going with this other guy,
Can you go back to them and say, can you do it for any less? Just the spread's so big, we wanna see if you can.
that I don't know how that would work. Cause you're asking him to give his best price. My suggestion, I've seen us do it before with other projects. We've had bigger spreads than that and gone with a different contractor instead of a low bid. I personally like to see give the guy a shot. And just to see what and he might come in here and not have done our town before. He might be able to look at his number next year and either come down a little bit, or if we don't like him, we're going back out to bid anyway.
Could we, to follow up on Christie's question, could we follow up with him before we accept these, choose one, and find out if he could come and do the roads that are ready, like way ahead of time, and then just be waiting on Winhall Hollow, because we don't stripe anything on the library little section.
Correct. Yep. No, we can do most of the town other than just over half a mile on Access Road and a mile that's out on Winhall Hollow Road. He could come and do everything else as soon as his schedule. I haven't had a conversation with him about a schedule, but I don't know. I mean, it's a tough one.
Deb just gave us the budget numbers, so I just did quick math. Based on these numbers, we have 16.6% of the year left and 13% of the budget left, so taking an extra 10 grand towards lights.
the problem is it probably won't happen until after July 1st anyways.
My suggestion's gonna be is to get a hold of him and see if he could come in and do some of the stuff like the bottom half, the Access Road, except for the piece we're gonna do, Winhall Hollow Road, except for the piece we're gonna do. Because we did not use the money, and I understand your concern with the budget, because we didn't use the line striping last year. But if I remember right, and I forgot to bring those numbers, but I think we pulled some of the line striping and put it into the reserve fund, the highway maintenance fund. remember when we built the budget for the budget that we're in now, we pulled out of the line
Because
items.
we knew it wasn't gonna get done. Just to treat it.
Didn't that go out for an RFP?
It did.
We did, these
Yeah.
are the three.
So, if you're gonna change anything, this is what we're going back to all over again. The whole purpose of the RFP is if you start changing things, even if you start changing a time frame or giving them more latitude and not letting the others know the same thing, it's not, I'm just saying, it's not right, it's not
Well,
fair.
With K5, they won't come till everything's ready, which might put us
Well,
into October,
I mean, but if you
but then
award
they
it-
don't show up.
If you award them the bid and you have a contract with them, hold their
Does
feet to
it-
the contract,
does
I
it-
don't get it.
It doesn't make any difference, they don't. They come, and the problem is, it might be on a rainy day, because this is the day they've scheduled, because they're out of Rockland, Mass.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying, again, we're talking about changing what you put out for an RFP. I mean, I can't believe none of you feel that way, that if you're changing any of that.
I don't hear it as the RFP is changing as much as how we're
The schedule.
looking at the scheduling. and
Well,
can it
but
be
he's gonna
broken
go and
down.
have a private conversation with that one, and then not the other two.
But.
The other two are giant operations and they're not flexible.
So
That's.
you guys aren't interested in hearing that, okay, fine.
No, I'm
Well,
just,
go right ahead.
It's
Well-
not about
Save
not
my
hearing.
complaint for something else.
I don't think we're changing RFP, we're just talking about scheduling. Because
But-
this one here, here K5 says would be able to start work within 21 days of receiving NTP and it takes completion in one night. The problem is, we might not be in until almost October.
I understand.
And they didn't make it here last year because
I know.
of the time frame. So if they don't show up because of wet, the problem is, they're still in good weather down there. Here, we're starting to get cold and it doesn't work. I don't think we're not asking him to change the price if we took the high bid. We're just asking him if he could be flexible and maybe do some of it to get it out of the way because he's in Bennington.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get Old Town Road done really fast. My 85-year-old father needs those lines. I mean, that's so much.
So I don't know.
To stay in his lane, is that what you're
And
saying?
not go off the road.
And I would think that, I mean, paying extra would be worth having more done sooner. I mean,
If it's ready to go,
If
that's
it's-
the
yeah.
whole idea.
Correct.
If
So
he's
you're banking on the fact that if you pay more money, you can get it done sooner, or at all? I mean, is that what your rationale is, you guys?
I wouldn't say that's completely it. I think that if I don't know how to say it correctly.
No, I mean, I'm.
There's an argument that you get what you pay for, and it sounds like the other two you've worked with, the town has worked with, because I haven't, and there've been complications with timing and with getting things done.
Good thing
So
we
this
don't.
is
Was it L&D
somebody.
who messed up on the access road?
Yes.
Okay, because last year, or 2 years
2 years
ago,
ago.
L&D came in, now they were working for the state at that time. And they mismarked and made it basically 3 lanes
Yeah,
all the way
I
down.
know.
That was the skinny
So,
lane.
so Teresa, what I'm hearing, because I am new to this part of it, is that I'm hearing the two companies haven't lived up to what they said they would do when they would do it. This company costs more, but the way the budget works, there is some money that for this year, if they can do it, do some of it now, great, and it'll help fill that spread for what's been allotted for the next year.
Mhm.
And there's a reserve fund, it sounds like, that also can cover it, and the guy's local, and if he can do it,
Local
you
Bennington,
can,
right?
local
Okay.
Bennington, yeah. But if we can hold his feet to the fire, and I think we've all learned,
Well-
you know, have a contract.
We could,
Well, will there be a contract, or is this gonna be just?
I think we have to have a contract on everything going
Well, we
forward
haven't in
because
the
of
past,
our,
that's why
I know,
I'm saying
that's why I
that.
said
So,
going forward,
the only thing
because
we
we've
could
had
do
problems.
is, if we decided to go with the one in Bennington, we could ask them if they would have to wait till everything was done, or if they would, let's say they're doing something in Manchester, if they want to come up and do. I mean, you could calculate it out and say, we've got 3/4 of it ready
Correct.
now.
Yep.
Would you be willing to do some of that
Sooner than
now?
later. Yep.
And then say, okay, if that happens, then you have the bid. And then, and do a contract for it. May I see that?
Yes.
Second?
Yeah. But you're right, Teresa, I definitely think we need a written contract, not just on the bottom of here where it says accept or deny,
Right.
because that doesn't work. Because there's no meat to hold anybody
Correct.
to the fire, and we can't have that.
And I
Because
think
we've had
last year we should have
situations.
learned with the access road, not with the line striping, but with other things when they came back in and said, no, you can't do that, you can't change what was prescribed
Well, we,
with the seed.
She's talking about the grass
Oh.
seed from last year.
that was because they seeded it on October 2nd instead of September 30th, because it had to be a different kind of seed. So they put the other seed on it.
It's growing though. The seed's growing. I've been watching it to make
Yeah.
sure.
So, here it says, looking forward to serving the town needs of work and around any paving or road work schedules. He says he's been painting and striping parking lots road for over 25 years. He's done work for town of Stratton, Dorset, Wallingford, Londonderry, Sunderland, along with the village of Manchester. So I don't know, what do you guys want to do?
I personally, I'd rather go with a company who possibly is actually gonna complete the job. I don't, it's dangerous out there on the access road, on Upper Taylor Hill, on Old Town Road. When you don't have these lines and it's foggy, rainy, you can't see the ditch.
Well, what do you want to do? Do you want me to call him and see if he could do some of the stuff ahead of time, if we awarded him the contract? Or do you want to
Or
hold off?
Trevor.
I'm more than happy to do it, but if it makes it cleaner for one of you guys to do it,
No,
I'm
I think
perfectly
it
fine
makes
with
it
that.
Yeah, cleaner if you do it.
You
Okay.
you know what's available
Okay.
and what ready, and not that you don't, but
Yeah.
in your,
It's, you gotta
You
follow
do.
up on it.
So we gotta make the decision if we're gonna go with this guy's bid, if he is willing to be a little bit.
I would make a motion that we let Trevor have a conversation with him, and if he's gonna be flexible and get the stuff done that can get done, that we go with his bid.
Okay, motion made and seconded, any other discussion?
And we have a contract. We have this signed contract spelling out.
Yeah,
the
this
dates.
just says, accepted by and accepted
Yeah.
date, so
Yes,
we can we firm that up a little bit?
What was the question?
Can we firm that up a little bit?
yeah, this accepted, denied, right here, this doesn't work. We need a real contract written
Just
up.
with some timelines,
Yes.
you know, like you forfeit.
Okay, so motion made and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
And will you forward that to us, Lisa, when you have it in
Yeah,
draft
I'll
form?
wait till I hear
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
Trevor.
I'll have a conversation with all of
so
you.
I'm not gonna sign that at this time,
No, those are not,
I
those are mine.
those are yours, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
but thank you. Go ahead, Stacy, take all of this.
great takes.
Okay,
And I got just one more quick thing if I can. I'll be out of town, like way out of town, starting next Thursday until, and I'll be back on the 20th.
So what's the date next Thursday?
The 14th through the 20th.
Okay.
Just to let you guys know.
all right, so you're gonna assign the guys some
Yep.
projects to do?
Yep.
Okay,
And both of them will obviously be on call.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. No, when I go away like this, I usually let the cops know
Yep.
to call them, and we'll go from there.
okay. All right, have a good time.
Sorry, keep me posted.
Yeah, I'll get those.
Okay.
So, cleaning services, award contract, I guess we've had some people calling in about it, so we're talking about possibly having a pre-bid on that and put this one off and redo it, is that correct?
I received 2 phone calls, and people have no idea, they've never been in the buildings. I honestly didn't know how many showers were in the fire department, or if there was one at the community center. So, I think we have to allow people to walk through like we do with everything else and actually see the square footage, how long. Are we neat people, are we hoarders, are we, how much time is it gonna take to clean each building? Because just listing it out wasn't, I don't think, enough now that people have looked at it.
Reaching out.
What's your thought?
Yeah, whatever you guys wanna do, but you have to vote to change your,
RFP?
yeah, because you had accepted that one in the way it was, so
Yeah.
you just have to vote to change your process
So,
and your RFP.
I mean, the problem is, we can't take one person in and show it to them, because then we're favoring somebody because nobody else has seen it.
Well, yeah, and I'm not gonna line up to go 14 days in a row with.
No, it'll have to be a,
Date certain.
a time, a day that we can do it, take them through and show them all the facilities and do it in one shot. I mean, it's not, no, we're not talking,
The only one that'll be is, we'll just have to include Ashley in it because I can't just tromp through,
Mhm, mhm.
but other than that.
But we don't clean, they're not cleaning the police department anymore.
Well, there you go.
She does that
When's the current contract up?
June 1st.
End of June.
End of June?
Good.
So-
Time.
So you have time, I
Okay.
mean, it's not.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
it's not very far away. We're already,
So,
so do we write another complete RFP or do we go to the people who responded to
well,
the RFP we
I think
had?
we should
out?
write
Because
an
we-
RFP.
I
and
think we
put
need
it
to
out.
redo it.
We only had one response.
Yeah, we need to redo
Well, we
it.
had two people call in, but they called before the end of
Right.
They didn't
Deb-
submit proposals.
No.
Correct, because they
weren't
said
sure
we
what
don't
to
know
submit.
what there is, so they wouldn't submit a proposal. So what is everybody's feeling? Do you
I-
want to,
I'd like to redo the RFP, have a pre-bid.
but do we need to send it out to public?
Yeah, I think you
Posting.
have to, because there could be people now that they know that there's a walkthrough. Now they're gonna actually, oh, okay, now I get to see every building, it's not a guessing game for me.
Okay?
I think it would be unfair not to send it out to the public.
Mhm. So we're gonna re-advertise it,
Yeah,
okay?
I would agree with that, you gotta be.
Can I have
you
a
have to be
motion?
fair.
Can I have a motion for that?
I'd make a motion to rewrite the RFP, advertise and have a pre-bid meeting, mandatory attendance.
Mhm. Motion was made
Oh, sorry.
Seconded.
and seconded. I had to pull
Okay.
that one a little bit. Okay, motion made and seconded. Is there any other discussion, or is that what everybody wants to do? Everybody's comfortable?
So the people, I'm assuming the only bid that came in was the people who are currently doing it? Are they required to be at the mandatory
They
pre-bid?
will be
Yes.
required.
Because they've already been through all the buildings?
So something could come up there that they could miss out on, or something.
Okay, so
I
would,
have a question.
Yeah.
Are you changing the scope of the job that the current people are doing? Are you adding anything?
I think we took some away, which I believe was posted that way. But the problem is, now we'll be telling, because we had two other people call in before the thing and said, I don't know what I'm bidding on, I can't really bid, because I hadn't seen the buildings.
Well, and I
So-
wanna make sure, Teresa, if we have extra stuff like cleaning the heating vents,
Right.
which are disgusting, by the way, or the vents in the bathrooms, or the doors, like during COVID, I had to wipe those
So
down.
that's
That
all in
they're
there?
willing to do that as extra,
Uh-huh.
like there's a possibility of extra
I
if we
see.
need it.
I see.
So-
The windows get done by the outside
Right.
firm,
And the carpets.
and the carpets for the first time ever, which have been fantastic, but
Okay.
So you'll set up with Scott when would be the best time for him to do the pre-bid, or the walkthrough?
4:30 a.m.
Sorry, me, I'll be up going to the bathroom anyway, so I can come.
How about if we, what about,
I haven't seen 4:30 a.m. in 50
You're lucky,
years.
you got a few more, you got a
I'm
few
not-
more years.
I'm not a morning person.
But anyway,
what
so,
about Friday, May 22nd, just so we actually get it in the book? Does that work? I mean,
is that enough time to do it? Is that far enough out?
it's a little over 2 weeks out. If
It's not gonna get in the paper for another week and a, whatever,
That's the
no
beginning of
calendar
the
in here.
world.
It's
Next
behind
Friday, next Friday, it'll go in on the 15th.
How about Friday the 29th then? And what if we
Would
send
that
it,
work
what if
for
we
you,
put it
Scott?
on a, sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, that's
because
fine.
it shouldn't, I mean, the problem is, we're gonna go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings. So, but it shouldn't require a very
Just say
long
9
session,
o'clock.
it's basically a
Yeah, 9
walkthrough,
o'clock.
just walk through, look at the bathrooms and.
so they know what there is. I mean, yeah,
So Friday the 29th, 9
Yeah.
o'clock?
Yeah.
9 o'clock?
is that
So
all
we'll
right?
have everybody meet here.
Yeah, that would probably be the easiest.
Start
Meet
here.
Yeah.
Okay,
And what do you guys think of sending RFPs out to the town email list?
I think it's a good idea. Because
Doesn't
those
co-
people
doesn't
all
cost-
have,
Doesn't cost anything to
gets
send
it
anything,
out more, you know?
better than sending it,
Yeah.
but I think about a stamp, 78 cents for a fucking
Mhm.
stamp. Holy shit.
Traditionally, what you'll find is you basically just have a handful of people that did. I mean, no matter how far you
Right.
send it.
Yeah,
That's pretty much 26 years I can.
Yep.
well, I mean, we had to kind of beg her to do it last time, didn't we? Because we didn't have any,
We didn't have anybody. that
right,
responded.
so, but,
So I think just trying to get it out more won't hurt.
and on the
Maybe
whole,
put it on
cost
the,
us
on the
nothing.
notices,
On the
on the,
homepage.
yeah, on the
Yeah.
homepage.
Doesn't cost anything on everyone, alright?
okay, with that, so, was that the rest of our discussion? Did we vote on this yet? I don't.
Yes, we did.
We did? Oh, it's already voted on. So you'll coordinate that with Scott and
And then-
Connors. Thank you.
Lisa, when do you think, how long do you give people to get their bids in? 2
Usually
weeks?
it's a couple weeks after the pre-bid, right?
So
You said?
pre-bid
Yeah,
29th,
you
and
usually give them 2 weeks and then.
so bids
So
in
June
by,
12th.
yeah. 'Cause then it gives time for a meeting and to do the contract,
could-
right? I mean,
Have it due the Monday or Tuesday before
the
that
meeting,
meeting,
Mhm.
whatever that meeting.
the,
Yeah,
the
that-
meeting's
That
the
other-
17th,
that
so
other
yeah,
calendar worked
Tuesday.
better
It's so
that had-
small,
that
it's
had
so
three.
small.
Oh, really? You're having that problem already?
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe do on the 15th, June 15th.
June
and then-
15th.
Yeah, I think.
Those 3-month calendars worked better where it had,
Yeah.
we'll have to
Just
see.
a couple days to look at them.
Yeah, okay, very good. All right, now, did you bring that
Yeah.
paper for
For you, yes.
Public Safety Facility Committee?
Is there,
Are you talking about the updated contract?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Here's, did everybody get this, the updated contract from Goldstone? Thank you for sending that, Andrea.
Scott, excuse me, any library roof bids coming? Have we seen any? I know it's
They're
not
not
due yet
due
until the
until
18th.
Right.
Okay, so nothing yet.
I mean, while I'm here, I would like to, request, if it's at all possible, that anything that I have to be involved with, could we do it on my actual scheduled night?
That was my fault today was, so I
Well, I mean,
apologize,
like,
cause
like the cleaning thing, I get it, that I understand, but a lot of times there's things on the agenda that I have to come in for, and then I have to come in on my regular night too.
Yep, we'll try to work on that, I'm
Food
sorry.
for thought.
Yep.
thank you. Sorry, I didn't
It's not
realize.
like a deal, it's not like I got a shit ton of shit to do, I just gotta feed my pony. Dr. friggin' French
Okay,
fries,
so,
if I should have been shot.
Here is a
Didn't get one back.
addendum, amendment to the architect contract from Goldstone.
Does
Okay.
anyone need an extra copy? I have extra copies.
Does anyone want to see, has everyone read it?
I have it.
I've got it here.
Okay.
and
So-
so-
So this was, we had a meeting with him last week, Andrea, last week?
Yes, last day of April 30th.
Yeah. Yeah, it says it right here, yeah, thank you for, anyways, we asked him to revise the scope of work and, because the prices they gave us for what it would cost to do it over there, to put both the fire and police into the same building was close to $10 million, which is just not feasible. So, we asked him about re-looking at the firehouse and adding on what we would have to do to make the firehouse work for the future, for what we gotta do, and to look at the PD side of what we'd have to do over here to make the police department work in this building, for basically the addition of the Sallyport,
Sally Moore, yes.
Sallyport, stuff like that. And this was for concept design limited to hand sketches and or PDF markups. PD, conceptual space design to determine extent of renovation required, which spaces will not require renovation, and what area had to be added to the building to achieve the program. Fire department, conceptual space design to determine extent of renovation required and what area will have to be added to the building to achieve the program, presumably apparatus bays at a minimum. Sites, conceptual site designs. Additional work in town hall, should the committee decide that should be included, would be completed on time and expense basis. Updated feasibility report to incorporate work of this amendment. Fee for delineated scope work, $6,500. What's your pleasure?
I think that we should, I would make a motion.
You're making a motion.
I would make
You
a
were thinking.
motion.
You were thinking.
And I'm looking where we're gonna pay for it, because there's no more money in the fire department building, but I think we should take it out of the general reserve fund, because I think this is.
I think we gotta keep going,
I do
because
too.
we got kind of a slow start, and now that we're,
Yeah,
but we're getting, because that kind of money, we can't go before the people and ask for $10 million
no,
to make that work.
You'll also see, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, speak
You'll
right up.
also see-
You are the note taker, even though you're not technically the secretary, but you have been the note taker, and thank you very much for your efforts.
You'll also see in the second paragraph here, it says, within this work, this is second concept,
Mhm.
is going to be developed to figure out what's feasible within the established $5 to $6 million budget.
And
That's what,
just a figure we pulled out of
that's
that.
that's a figure we just gave them. I think that's really helpful for Goldstone. We hesitated to give them a number like that because we didn't want to, well, I don't know, we just hesitated to do that, but I do think that is the best way to go about that, because then Jeff and the Goldstone team can really give us something within a budget we can actually, present to the
I
town.
hope that we can get, because if it gets up into that 8-10 million, it's just, I don't know what we'll do.
And that was also, it's
But
not
it's still
listed
building.
here, but it's also why I requested to Goldstone to separate out the police station and fire station as separate line items in their opinion of probable cost, which is a very rough number I'll also throw out there. So that way, if we have to separate the projects, we can sell them individually. And I say sell, I mean like sell to the town and the voters.
We wouldn't have to necessarily do both at the same time.
Right.
exactly.
I don't know how this came about, Andrea, but the town of Pownell just received almost $1 million to build a fire department. I just found out today, so I haven't had time to look into that. But I will reach out to the select board and find out what grant they applied for,
Yes.
or where they went to get that money, because that could be very helpful for us to get
Yes.
basically $1 million.
And thank you for mentioning that, yes, because Jeff asked us, being the committee and or select board, to look into grants and find those, find that money that we could use for it. And he also recommended to bring in a general contractor, is that the correct term? To oversee the project and give us a more accurate cost, and someone's gonna,
Well,
someone who has
not to
to see
oversee it at this point, as a
liaison.
estimatation,
yes,
that's something.
to get a better cost
At
estimate.
a better cost analysis, because
Yes.
Jeff is saying dollar, foot, foot,
Yes.
dollar. And I'm not sure that is totally realistic.
Yeah, and I will say, after asking around, $450 a square foot is actually a pretty great deal for a public safety facility. They're looking at houses right now that are like $500 a square foot.
Wow.
That's what some.
But this is
contractors
a
are
lot
out
of,
there.
open space, it doesn't require, it's not
Right,
gonna
but
have
you've got
certain, it's not.
sprinklers, you've got certain codes.
Yeah, I know, but still, it just, when they were saying that, here's the size of the building, X amount,
Yes.
X amount, and maybe it'll come out to that, I'm
Yeah.
just, in my
You
heart,
can
I'm
tell the builder that. We're
What's
only
that?
gonna- You can tell the builder that, we're only gonna do it for $450 a square foot.
well, it just,
I'm only kidding you.
no,
Well,
I
and I
mean,
think too, the addition that would be added onto the fire station would need to be up to the new code, but so would the existing building. You can't just add onto the building and keep the existing conditions as they are. So they're gonna have to sprinkle the new building, they're gonna have to do all those upgrades regardless, and I think that's something we also need
Yeah.
to, that's gonna increase the cost, so.
I'd
Okay.
love to be able to take a look at getting a professional grant writer, because there are federal grants, there are private grants, and if you get somebody who knows what they're doing and where to go, I think they might be able to get.
so we should put out an RFP for that.
So, I don't know, do you put out an RFP?
I think
for
you
that, or
have
do
to.
Or
I
can I just
mean-
go look and search
Yeah,
for
but
it?
what happens if you pick somebody and,
Well, I'm
it's
not
not,
gonna, I'm just,
Searching.
yeah, I'm searching
Investigating.
to come back.
oh,
and
there
say, this is what-
are
oh,
definitely
they are.
people,
And I know what
can you
the,
shut that AC off? I'm getting cold. You got a jacket on there.
But like, as we're looking through the resumes, and Lisa also does,
I just shut it off. I think, isn't it cool enough now?
I I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Just
Julie?
gonna say
I couldn't hear
Julie.
you.
Sorry about
I couldn't hear you.
That Lissa can write grants, she writes grants already, and when we look at the candidates that we brought forward for the position as well, several of them have grant writing experience, so it just seems like having another new position is just onerous on the town budget.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of like, this is what we're gonna, I was just saying, give me your blessing, let me explore it a little bit, because there's no downside to saying, okay, look, I found, so-and-so, this is the range, this is what they do, but they do this all the time, this is what they do.
that's all they do.
And that's all they do, and so they know the buttons to push or the places to hit to try to get the, nothing taken away, Alyssa, but, there's a difference between somebody who that's what they do,
They may know some stuff, some that we may be able to access that
Well,
That
isn't,
you wouldn't
that
otherwise-
we wouldn't know about.
Right, or they might have the access because they have the relationship, you just don't know. All I'm asking is to say, is it okay if I do a little reconnaissance and come back and report back? We're still moving ahead with.
We're not spending any money
We're
on
not
it at this
spending any
point.
money,
No.
yeah.
I guess
Well,
it,
and that person very well could know the ones we have to stay away from or should stay away from because they have little spider webs attached that you don't necessarily see
well,
when
if
you're
it's federal money,
overviewing.
then it's the Davis-Bacon Act, and you'd have to pay union wages.
Right, I don't know.
Well, there's
That's
some of
what-
them
yeah,
that do,
so I'm
and
sure
then
there are.
that raises it tremendously.
Yeah, that's.
And then
a
they
whole
sit on
different-
the job half a day and don't do anything.
Yeah,
Well, that's where the town administrator can come in too, as a great second set of eyes on any
Mm-hmm.
grant that the town signs and wants to apply for, right? But I think
Okay,
finding the
so-
grants is the.
So we got off track just a little bit.
I would
Do we,
make a
you
motion.
made the motion,
Second.
and I pulled the second out of you
Yeah,
for that one. Is there any more discussion on this amendment contract, amendment number 2 with Goldstone?
no.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Andrea, I reached out to Pownell Select Board just now,
Thank you.
so I'll let you know what I hear.
All right,
Okay,
may
great.
I, there's one place for signature, may I sign this?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, well, I hope so, because
Did you put an E in front of it?
I did.
Okay,
That's
great.
where I signed my official signature.
I know, I saw one from 1978 or something, like way back when you were first on the board today.
Yeah.
So we never see just one.
All right, so there's that. Now,
Where does this need to go?
I
Back to Goldstone.
I guess Goldstone.
probably to
It didn't
Andrea.
come to me, so.
Yeah,
Do
it
you,
was- it was
Andrea,
technical
you want
stuff.
the signed one?
Huh? I'm sorry.
Would you like the signed copy that's stored?
Sure, yeah, I can scan it in, send it to
Would-
Goldstone.
would you
if
mind
I'm
doing that?
No, I don't mind doing that at all,
Thank
as long
you.
as it's acceptable.
Appreciate it. You've kind of been the contact person. Thank you for not having a 47 response thing. Because
I'm
we'd had, I mean, I get lost and I'd click on one and then all of a sudden kick me to the
Oh, I
end.
hear
Then
ya.
I click on another one.
Yep.
It's obnoxious.
I think we should also recognize that, because I'm on that committee too, that she is our unofficial leader.
Exactly.
So.
No, hey, no, she's not unofficial, she's official now.
It's
She's-
been recognized as official.
Yes.
We'll get you back.
We voted on that, you weren't here, but we voted on
I
that,
mean, we
so.
pretty much
It's
all.
obvious.
And we all asked the question, like, oh, what do we do? Oh,
I
what do
can't
we
be
do?
the issue leaders, I can't do anything more in my life, so I'll just stay as a little.
But thank you very much for your efforts, your
Great.
expertise has been great. Okay,
Happy to help.
so, contract, that was that. So reappraisal agreement. Now, after a long talk with Doug today, the state is requiring that every 6 years we do another appraisal, whether we want to or not.
Wow.
Has nothing to do with the rates. Every 6 years, we got to do an appraisal. We signed up for this appraisal in '22, and we're just getting it done. He has spoken with
Yes.
Nathan, and Nathan recommends that we sign the agreement now to be put into the queue, so that we will be ready then, because every town in the state, even though they're not golden towns, will have to do this reappraisal in 6 years.
And it's 6 years from the time that the appraisal is complete,
I believe so.
so it's
This
more
is,
like 7.5.
this is
Well, whatever.
29,
Yeah.
they're saying 29 to 2023.
The last
Be
one
done.
was due 2023. You signed it in 2022.
Yeah.
It was supposed to take effect in 2023,
Yep.
and 6 years from then is 2029. That's the way Doug explained it to me.
So we're 2026.
So I'm wondering, well, I think that this is when it would start, but it wouldn't,
Right.
and it wouldn't be done
Right,
until 32.
right.
So that puts us,
Based
just
on
wanna
how
make
long it
sure.
took this one, that's why it's
Correct.
basing it on.
correct. And
Yeah, we just wanna make sure we're not going through this.
So the reappraisal will begin during July of 29 for completion in 2031.
That's
Well, that's what it
six years from
says.
now, Right,
Right.
that's my point, is it's
Yeah.
not 6 years from now, right?
It's 6 years.
From when they started, I believe, is what,
Yeah, that just seems really
wrong?
wrong.
Yeah.
Seems really wrong.
and you really think that they care? Do you
No,
really
but-
think that they care?
It seems like a lot. It's a lot. So it's,
Well,
you know,
It's,
It's a lot of
It's a new
money.
mandate by the
it
state.
used to be we'd do them every 10 or 15 years.
And
When
it
our
had to-
CLA went down is when we did them. That's the only time it was mandatory.
Right, it had to be below 75% or 80%.
I think we were down to 52%.
We were, but before that, we were always at like 91, 94. Like, we kept ourselves up there, but then COVID hit and we got blown
Okay,
out of the
so-
water.
why don't we ask Doug to ask if we can do a little work around defining 6 years, because that feels 29, that's pretty soon.
That's when it started.
No, I know. I mean,
But we could be the first one in that loop. This
right,
coming
we're
one.
not even done yet. We don't even have our reappraisal.
They're going to print on the 9th. The
That's
books will
okay,
be
but I'm
printed
just
on the
saying-
9th and then mailed
Yeah,
out.
directly.
I'm not really
Um,
excited about signing something today that's gonna start. in-
So I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but I'll read and I believe that we're in the ballpark of what we were. The total cost for the reappraisal with completion in 2031 is $214,300, which seems like we were closer to 250 for this one.
Yeah, that was my number before I read that was 250, that's pretty
You
much
should
what
keep
we're
that
at.
number handy for budget. In
Right.
December.
Right, we'll have to start putting money into it.
I don't think the state's gonna allow us to tell them, Christie, what we think, but we,
No,
but
I
we
know, but
can.
we can ask the
Yeah,
question,
right
you
there.
know, I mean, that we don't have to sign
Okay,
it
so we
today
have
to
no-
have it. It's not part of, the next budget will be a
Yep.
little bit.
But we
further
do
down.
have to sign it.
No,
'cause it's
I
something
put
we do.
those there, I'll print a new one.
No,
Like,
no.
I was just trying to be efficient.
If we only have 3 more, I mean, that's 3 more years to pay for it. That's having to put aside,
$60,000 a year.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it just, I mean,
So if that's all we have, that's what we'll end up having to do, but that's why I'm asking too, why can't we at least ask the question?
Yeah.
Because if we have, you know, if we can kind of call them out and say, hey,
It'd be
can
nice
you
to
make
be
it go
able
on to
to
32?
yeah,
It probably will anyways,
right,
because-
but at least
because
we give
this
an
is a year and a half
opportunity.
behind
Yeah,
what it's supposed to be. But, I mean, I guess we could sign it and say, hey Doug, push him up on the date to get it into 32.
Or we could just ask him, and then you guys can sign it next time.
yeah, exactly, or we can just cross out, write the new date here and initial it, sign it and send it in.
This is what we agreed to.
So,
We are now
Do we,
negotiating.
do we agree with the concept so that?
Yes.
Doug-
Concept,
yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but it would be nice
Have to.
if we could get it up to the 32 so that we get truly 6 years out of it. Don't know. Okay,
I mean, if they come back and say absolutely not, it's kind of mandatory anyways, we can't.
right.
say
I
no.
don't know how they sat when they got this one finished.
Right.
I can check with Doug in the morning if that's okay with you guys? Okay.
It also isn't clear on the website, because I'm looking at the reappraisals under the state's website, Act 68. It says every 6 years, but it does not specify. Start
When
when
it-
they,
Whether when they get done with the one, whether it starts from that date
Right,
or from the
Right.
date.
Thank
You would almost think it would start when the other one got done.
Yeah, exactly.
That's,
So-
that's sort of what I
That's what
was
you would think.
interpreting, yeah.
That would be the, well,
Thank you for
that would be
checking. I
normal,
like-
but that, if it's state, we
Oh.
can't call anything normal.
I will email, I will try to email. Yeah.
So if I can just piggyback for a second on the reappraisal. So the townwide books are being printed on the 9th of this month. They will then be mailed out. Doug's grievance days are June 22nd through the 24th, 9 to 4 p.m. It's best to call for an appointment,
9 to when?
9 to 4 p.m. Now, once Doug mails out his grievance hearing letters, because he has to mail one to everybody, with the decisions that the listers made, 2 weeks from that date is the end of the time they can appeal to the Board of Civil Authority for a tax appeal. So approximately July 13th would be the BCA start date to the schedule being finalized for all the people, 3 appointments each, mailing those out. You should give them, I think a week is too little. I think you have to give them 10 days. I'm just going to verify to make sure there's not a time frame in there for that. So basically the whole month of August, the last week of July and August, you are going to be here doing BCA depending on how many we get.
What were the dates we need to be aware of?
I would
13th on.
I
Well,
would
hopefully a lot of them
say,
will take care of when they meet with Nemrick people.
yeah, I would say basically from the 27th of July until the end of August, because we need to get these out so Debbie doesn't have to push the tax due date out.
Because you
It has to be
have,
30 days that they have to have
That
them.
was July 13th then. That was just-
July 13th is the, that's,
2 weeks from the mailing.
yeah, we've got to give time for me to get all the letters out and for them to actually receive them wherever they live.
So the grievance is the NIMRIC.
No, this.
That's at the town
yes,
shed.
Yes.
That's for them to go in and say, oh, I only have 4 bathrooms, I don't have 6 bathrooms, and blah, 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 and hopefully work
One
it
of
out.
those days.
What'd you start to say?
That's June 22nd to the 24th is the grievance hearings,
No.
9 to 4.
The dates of NEMRIC at the town garage.
That is the date.
Oh,
There
this-
is a pre-grievance, but that, I do not have that on my calendar because that does not affect the timeline.
Gotcha.
Right, well, cause Doug has the garage June 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Yes, that's the pre-grievance.
That's why I was just, that was my question.
Okay,
June
Yeah.
1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Correct.
That's what I thought.
so you'll take care of getting some tables up there and some chairs?
Yes. I just, like, that was my question, are they
Yeah.
still doing that? But
Yes.
Yeah, that's something completely okay.
They're gonna try to resolve the little problems,
Before they get to the
questions
big
there, and then have their normal mandatory grievance. I will mail out a much harder schedule once we kind of know more.
Okay, all right. So, Act 181, do you want to talk about that at all?
I can talk about it a little bit. So you have a grassroots group in Winhall that's working very hard. We meet every Tuesday morning at 8:30 here. Anybody is welcome to join us.
Next week, it's Monday.
Yes.
Yes, next week it is Monday, yes. We still went with 8:30, didn't we? I think
Yes.
so. We're gathering a lot of information. We have a lot of big topics that are our biggest concerns. We will be having another meeting May 26th at 6 p.m. at the Mountain School. Basically more information, digging a little deeper. There was a vote in the House today. Apparently it was a very fractured vote. There were, I'm gonna roughly say 23 Democrats that voted against their party. So there definitely, people are hearing us that we have concerns in Vermont and that this is not fair. And that going forward, we want more of a voice as the Vermonters.
When you see the list of the agencies and the people that were in the closed-door meetings to make these requirements, there was not a farmer, there was not a property owner, there was agencies that have an agenda to put control on the land. They did not have anyone that were involved in the land that they were gonna take. It was all agencies of, housing agencies and all this stuff that that were just wanted to do this. And they made it, at least that's what I read. So it's on the internet, it must be true.
Well, personally, I feel that towns that have regulations, we've had zoning regulations since 1970, we have flood regulations, we have subdivision. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. We have been following the rules pretty much to the letter of the law since they were given to us. You have other towns that have never done any of this. I can see Act 250 overseeing those towns that aren't willing to make sure their town is doing the right thing. But a place like Winhall and other places that have all these regulations, I don't think we need more oversight. I think we're doing just fine at the local level, and I don't want to lose local control over our town, or Londonderry's town, or Peru, or wherever.
To the tune of $6 million a year for the committee.
Yeah.
I just want to piggyback on what Beth said and what you said, Stuart. But first, what Beth said, I absolutely agree. The towns, there's more zoning in the towns than when Act 50 was initially created. So giving more power back to the towns is the way to go. I think that's what we need to fight for overall. I think that's also going to solve the bottleneck problem we're seeing at DEC and within the Act 250 Commission. You give the towns the power to decide on these projects, to do the review. Maybe they have a town designated engineer, and it's not me proposing to be that. I'm just saying, fine, this is an issue with DEC too. They don't have engineers reviewing our permits. We're doing engineered designs and permits. So they don't even know what they're reviewing. That's what's taking so long with all of these permit reviews. So
And the
it's
problem
finding
is,
someone
you try
qualified
calling
to do
them,
that.
they don't answer the phone.
Well, that's the problem
They-
too. So,
they-
so I think that would solve the bottleneck problem, is giving the towns more control.
I went
And
over to
then-
Springfield one day
Mhm.
and walked up, knocked on the door. There was one woman there.
Yep.
She was the secretary or whatever, and I said, I need to talk to such and such. Oh, they don't come here anymore. Every light was on in the building.
Yeah.
There's
Boiling.
I think
4,000
you're seeing
square
more
feet of
that
space.
with the return to, you're gonna see less of that with the return to work order, but you're also seeing people quitting because of the return to work order. So there's an
Not
employee
again?
issue.
I'm like sweating.
Hey.
But piggybacking on what you said, Stuart, or kind of answering your question, it is the agencies driving these changes, but it's also the professional lobbyists at a federal level who are funding this. They have a full-time job to make sure that our land is preserved, to make sure we have regulations on our land. So it's volunteer work on our end, which is really tiring, as we all know. But the lobbyists are able to push it because they have the money and the time.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are the big, the Sierra clubs and all this stuff of the world. I mean,
Yes.
they're in on it, you know. I mean, why should they,
Exactly.
you know?
Well, and you, just to show how back they up they are, I'm doing a simple project in the town of Manchester. I'm 14 months in
Yeah.
and a lot of money, and I don't have a permit yet.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to do a new project, I'm just trying to close something down.
Yep.
So they can't handle a whole state.
No, they can't, and that's why it should be left up to the towns
Yeah.
to decide what's best for their town, and then pulling in the agencies as needed for the environmental review. I think. I also just want to mention at the May 26th meeting, we're going to talk about Act 181. I'm going to talk about Act 59 as well. Michael Fernandez has a slide deck for me that he's going to brief me on. Act 59 is also a big concern because it's pushing for 30% permanent conservation in the state by 2030, and that's not including our national forests. That's private land.
And we have a current use issue coming up that they very well could take all the current use properties and just stamp them conserved, which
Yes.
means you're done, thanks for your property, Julie.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything there ever but keep paying the taxes.
That's it, exactly. You don't have the option to pay the back tax and you can subdivide the facade if you want to. So I think, and there's more into Act 59 than that. I think Act 121, Michael Fernandez brought up a great point at our last meeting about the flood rule and how that's going to be coming out soon, and that's going to directly impact our villages. So yeah, activity is waived in our village centers, but all of our village centers are in rivers and flood hazard areas. So
Yes.
how are we going to
A
build?
brook or a river
Where's it
run
gonna
through
go?
almost every one of them.
It looked good from the
idea
desk.
of moving our villages is absurd. I'm sorry. Because guess what? When the river decides in 20 years it wants to move again, or 100 years, we're going to move our villages again. And
Right.
that's absurd. So those are my thoughts. Thank you for listening.
So, quick
Thank you.
question. You said you had technology to hook up another TV if we got it to the community center for that meeting.
I do. I think if we can, I mean, I've talked to Amanda about this as well, GNAT, and I've got GNAT on the schedule, but I think maybe one TV works. We reconfigure the owl so it's not doing a dance party with all the different people online, and we get renting a sound system from GNAT so we can have the sound be more consistent online as
Yep.
well.
So when
I
we
think
come to your
just-
computer,
And we hook it up to my computer, exactly.
I mean, so it won't just be coming through your speakers on your
Exactly,
computer.
exactly. It'll be coming from a speaker hooked up to the TV.
Yeah.
So I think there's something we can do, but I want to make sure we
Well,
do a dry run.
If you
before.
want, I have a portable rack. I found one, I can get it in a couple of days.
Mhm.
And we could take that TV up there.
We cannot get into the school building until probably at the earliest 4:15 to 4:30,
The day of.
the day of.
Okay, that's fine. I'll work from home that day and I'll be there
Okay.
at 4:30.
Yeah, I'll be available to do what I can, and, right, we've got our chair schleppers, so we can pull it off. There's also 2 food trucks coming, we're not doing the food this time, it's just too much for me. So, and then people just get dinner outside, do their thing.
People who are there, do we feel like a second TV with the same thing on the screen is helpful? Do we want to have just one TV that's the Zoom meeting and one TV that's like a slide deck? What do we think, or do we think one TV is good and we share the screen?
That actually might work with the slide deck on one, so it's up.
Yep.
Or if you need to go back while someone's talking, so that actually might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, just the second TV to do
Yeah.
that. Okay, so yeah, I guess it's plan to bring the TV up as long as that's okay with
I
the
like
town.
one, I think one TV is fine.
You think it is? And then just switch
Yeah,
out
but-
the,
Focused on the
Okay.
I
You
think
know,
so
maybe
too.
we pull
Okay.
back.
What's that?
I just think one is good,
I
and
think
you don't want
it's
any
too
more
distracting.
distractions, yeah.
Exactly, and you know, it's right dead in the center, and
Yeah.
people just move, they get up and stand if they can't see from their seat.
Right.
okay,
That's my opinion, I don't
Okay.
know.
And if it's easier too, maybe instead of your being right next to it up front,
Yeah.
you're sideways so you can see it, you know?
Yeah, I was
So that we
thinking I was
work
gonna
that
sit
way
farther
on
or
2
something.
different sides, just
Okay.
make it a little easier.
All right,
Okay.
so,
Great.
all right, so we're all set for that.
yep.
Other than when are you gonna be back?
I'll be back on the 22nd, but not back here until the day after Memorial Day,
Which is,
the 25th, 26th.
all right, so we'll just have to make sure we round our people up to get you. What day of the week is it?
It's a Tuesday. But I'll be back Friday morning. I'll be in
Okay.
Albany Friday
All
morning.
right, so we can send reminders to the people to show up to help get it moved in.
Yes, we have our group text.
Okay. Oh, I love group text.
Yes, I know you do.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so, all right, RFP for Middletown Cemetery stormwater repair. Did we get?
Scott, did you measure that?
I did.
Okay, fantastic.
Thanks, Scott. I'm sorry, if I realized you had held any, we're done while you're up here, I apologize.
So I went and measured it, and so your south wall is 155 feet long, your west wall is 250 feet, your north wall is 205, and then there's no wall on the east side, there's just a short little like 16-foot section to
By
the
the
left
gate.
of the gate. There are sections that aren't horrible in the wall, but the problem is gonna be is that either side of it, the wall is shitty, so they're gonna have to take those sections and kind of,
So,
to get it all back in.
I thought we had a section of wall in the cemetery that was
This is,
falling apart.
this
It
is the section.
Like, pretty much all of it is
And you've
falling
got heads,
down.
those are the photos I sent you, and you've got, I can pull them up on my phone. if you
That's
need
all right,
to.
don't
Okay. So what happened is some trees grew up in the stone wall, pushed the stone wall apart, and
Yeah,
it probably wasn't laid the best it could have been,
well,
I don't know, in the 1780s.
Yeah.
Because you have really old headstones on top of it, but there's, before the 3-sided stone wall, there's a pretty good area that doesn't look like there's anybody resting there. So when we take it down, we should not be disturbing anybody's peace or headstones.
And I mean, it's not a tall wall, that's in our favor, I'd say it averages 2 to maybe 2.5 feet it's not a tall wall.
I thought the front was higher.
It's pretty,
Oh, there it
it's,
is.
it's, when you walk around it, it's all a pretty short wall. There's one section when you go up the west side, which is the longest wall. There's a section there that is probably up 3 or 4 feet, but then it's also a section that there's really nothing wrong with the wall. And it would just be on the ends
That one?
where they're gonna have to tie the
So-
walls back together.
That's not
Okay,
bad.
I
So
thought,
you're looking at 610 feet of wall, really, because there's no way to, you know, you got like 10 feet there that, well, that's not too bad, but either side of it is a complete shit show.
Yeah.
You can't relay either side of it without tying it back into what's good, so they're gonna have to take part of that down in order to make it so it doesn't.
What kind of base do you think they should be building this on? Crushed stone? I mean, like, I think it needs a real base so we never have to revisit this issue again.
Well, the problem with the base is if you talk to them, they're gonna tell you they'll need to go down. They're gonna need to go down to.
this is gonna turn into a big problem. I thought we had a wall in the middle of the cemetery, like,
Turn that.
is that your only picture?
No,
The bottom one.
I'm like, here, let me back up because I don't know
Sorry,
how to
I'm not
operate
gonna
that.
touch your computer. I'll blow it up.
You'll blow it up. Blowing up the computer. There's one picture.
This is the one you face. Yeah, that's where the trees came up. There's several of these, just square posts that are from an old fence that went around that family's little yard.
That was a private spot, private.
Yeah, it's like Molinelli's have a private fenced-in little area up in the back.
Okay.
This was another one.
So we haven't put out an RFP for this yet.
No, because we didn't have the measurements.
This is gonna turn into a road project.
I know,
Well,
we
what
gotta
you-
do something.
You know, what you could do, you have an option, you could say, well, let's tackle
One wall.
this wall.
Let's do one side, because I believe that it's gonna be astronomical for, I know,
Well,
I'd hate to
yeah.
be moving those rocks around.
Well, some of them that I looked at today, there's a couple there that I'll be surprised if a man or 4 men are gonna move it. There's one there that's Jesus Christ, it's out from.
So- We have another, don't we have another problem? We've got a bunch of trees that are grown
Yes.
inside the cemetery,
Yeah.
That,
saplings.
I have the Boy Scouts possibly volunteering as their community job to go in as a group, the Manchester group, Boy Scout group, and clean those out for us. I'm waiting to hear back from the little Goodman boy.
What should happen is anything that's hanging over that stone wall should be trimmed. You know, the tree itself may sit on someone else's property, but those branches that are coming over, just trim them back.
2 years and those are trees.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, I mean, if we can get the Boy Scouts to do it, we should make a donation, because it'd be worth it, but just to get the brush cut down because every time a lawnmower went through, there would be a shrub there,
Well,
and then
yeah.
all of a sudden it got further and further, and then
Well, yeah,
when
'cause there
Trevor,
are places that you can't literally put a lawnmower through.
right,
It's just
but
so
last year
rough.
Trevor and some of the guys, and myself, went up and cleaned up the big trees that had fallen over and got them out of there.
There's a whole bunch more.
Are there?
On that we're laying around.
Oh, no, these trees need to go. That whole clump needs to come out of there. Those were just little saplings, they were these.
So should we pick a wall and tackle this, because I don't think we're gonna be able to do it, the whole thing at one time.
So we'll just do the worst one. We should have a pre-bid meeting so people know what they're bidding on.
If you're gonna do the pre-bid meeting and people are gonna come out there and do one wall or the whole project, get 2 prices.
Yep.
Because once somebody's there and they're working on it, it makes so much more sense. It could make more sense, you have to see it, but it might make more sense
Well,
to just do it.
the west wall is gonna be, that's the one, because I mean, that's.
Is that towards your log cabin?
Straight
Is that
up.
towards your log cabin?
The west wall is the one that's like facing my
The
property.
back of the
Yeah, and
cemetery.
that hill is just like that up through there. That one's gonna be.
Okay, we could do a 2-part thing, and I mean, I gotta feel, I'm sorry, Teresa.
That's okay, no, that's okay. I just had 2 questions. So the first was.
One at a time.
No.
One at a time.
two. So the first is this job gonna require equipment and labor? Or are you assuming it is not gonna, I mean, I would assume by the size of the stones you're talking
It
about.
may, and that would have to depend on what the contractor
Wants to do.
wants. Yeah, I mean,
And
if
then
he
is it a
thinks he can
drywall?
move some of
Yeah.
them, or all of them by hand, or, he's gonna be a big bastard if he does, because some of those rocks are huge. That'll be the other thing, is that if it does require equipment, we'll have to make sure that they understand that it
They
can't
can't
be
manage
a
anything.
very big, huge piece of equipment moving in
So is
there.
this a drywall? Right, it's a drywall?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And so the other question is, what's in the budget for this? Do you have anything in the budget?
I put money in last year for just this project. I wanna say I put 15 or 20 in, I don't have my
I
book
think
through
it
and
was
stuff.
It's
15.
not it's not
in a reserve.
It is in a
Mhm.
reserve?
Yeah.
Cemetery, oh, okay.
How much?
Right now, we just have 46, but that's before
That's before.
the new budget and
Maybe the year before, because we were planning on this, Scott, the year before, maybe we put something in the regular cemetery fund
Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted.
Yeah,
as
because
well. I
there's
think we did.
There's a couple of different ones.
Just because there were headstones in there that eventually are gonna need repair,
Yeah,
and we had them all cleaned a couple years
You got
ago.
headstones up on top of their shop.
I just wondered
Yeah.
how much you were prepared to
The-
spend. and
We
that
have,
was what
we have the Pearl, what's her name?
Pearl Bushby. Pearl.
No,
Land.
Pearl Landman Cemetery Fund that she set up for eternal care on the cemetery. So we do have some of that money that we could tap into if we had to, because that can only be spent on cemeteries.
Yeah.
The 12,000 won't go in until
that's
this fall.
22.
Right, so in the town report,
Mhm.
well shit, I just saw it, now I lost it, what's it?
From Brown Glasses.
Oh, yeah, right there.
It won't go in until this fall, but then it'll be at 12 grand. Budget request is 5,
Was that in the reserve, Scott?
yes.
Okay.
Cemetery restoration fund.
What do you have in your regular cemetery fund? Which I know includes mowing too.
Jesus, Murphy. Is that back here?
Yeah, somewhere there.
Don't very often look at this. The regular cemetery one will be 12 as well.
Okay. And how much do you spend on mowing in there approximately, any idea?
Well,
You
the
got two
actual,
cemeteries.
right,
You got two.
yeah, so there's two that come out of it. But the actual for 24-25 was 7,579. So
Oh.
you're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 8
Okay.
for your mowing, because they're
Okay.
not easy.
Well, at least we can get a guideline or a ballpark to see. So I would almost think we pick one wall and then we say, okay, this is the one we want a bid on, but then give us a bid on the whole project and see what happens.
And
I like that.
the,
I got a feeling it's gonna be.
the idea is, like, what I like about the one wall is that you'll get a chance to see, like, exactly, like, they may come back to you and say, oh my God, the ground underneath is just so, holy Jesus, it was horrendous, or whatever. You'll get a chance to see, like, how it goes for them, and then it may be that, you know, we have to do something different, because I don't know what the hell is over there.
Yeah. What you got, Trevor?
I'm just curious, do you know, is the wall the actual property line?
No, no, this is way inside the cemetery.
Okay, so it's
But the wall
town.
around
No,
it is,
I'm just asking as far as construction end of it, will we be able to get to the outside of the wall?
no, the
No.
property line is the stone
Well,
wall.
that's what I was asking.
Yes,
But
the
the other thing
outside
is the
one.
terrain.
Yeah.
The terrain on that lower side, it drops right
Yeah.
clean off into the brook, and then on the upper side, corner, goes
And there's
right
big-
down into
And
that brook.
there's big trees going up.
Oh,
Both the neighbors have agreed to let us trim to the outside of the stone wall. Like, they understand we're having fall in.
No, I was just curious on where the line was.
Yes, we actually have a survey on that.
Okay, so could you pull together an RFP with Scott's guidance is for one wall as A and whole system for B.
And a,
Is that-
What wall is gonna be the A? What
the
wall?
west
The
wall,
west wall.
So the 250?
yes,
The long wall.
yep. And what's the time frame, Melissa, for a pre-bid meeting on that with getting this in the newspaper?
Usually
We're
we
not-
try to go out 2-3 weeks.
We're not quite such a big
So,
town.
no, so could we do like pre-bid, say, June 12th or June 19th, or,
Does a Friday work for you, Scott?
Sure.
like 9 o'clock in the morning? I don't care, either one of those
Because
days.
you wanna give the summer if somebody wants.
Yeah.
So I would do it on early June.
Okay, so we'll go with the 12th.
It's not that far away.
It's not.
Because here we're only at the 6th today, but we're not that far away.
Let's not rush through the month of May,
Yeah,
okay?
well, okay.
That's
It
perfect.
turns 60.
While we're on the cemetery, do you want me to slip in there with my other issue? Hang
On
on.
the 12th?
It's the 12th, I think, that's a Friday, right? You said
Yes.
it's Friday the 12th?
Yep, June 12th, yep,
What time do I do?
9.
9.
And this is at.
At the Middletown Cemetery.
Yeah.
That'll give me a chance to have a gallon of coffee.
Okay, so Winhall Hollow Cemetery, which is actually on South Road, as your cemetery commissioner, I have a request to bury Robin Key, who, I'm sorry, passed away earlier this week. They own the Big Red Barn out on Winhall Hollow Road. Her request is to be buried there. She will be cremated. They would like to get this moving along fairly quickly. So I would like your blessing to meet with Eli, the son, this week. Pick a spot, which is normally what we do, GPS it, and then they can have their service. And then the only thing I'd like to change with the cemeteries, and we can think about this, people do weird things now, and I don't want in our town cemetery personally to end up with somebody putting up a really strange headstone that could be either offensive or something. So I think we should have a review process of like, this is our headstone and we okay it. And that and it's mandatory that they put one in. That's the other thing. They have to put some kind of marker. Ground level, little one, tall one, but there has to be mandatory marker because they're not getting charged for any kind of eternal care ever in these cemeteries. You have to be a resident of Winhall to be buried in either of our town cemeteries, and they're both cremation only.
We have a review process for the stones in Bonneville Cemetery, where they can't,
Most of them do.
they can't just put in some abstract thing.
Yeah, some weird thing.
Because mine would be a middle finger. and,
Right. So I.
Some cases that might be appropriate.
So this time, all I need right now is just permission to, for Eli to bury his mom, I would say in the next month, 2 months, at the Middletown
We
Cemetery.
don't charge for that.
Well, there is no charge.
All right, I would think that would be just fine. Are you gonna have time to deal with that?
I'm dealing with it before I leave, yes.
Okay.
But I had to wait for your blessing for me to do that.
You need a motion?
You have
Yes.
Okay. Yep, make a motion that we can meet with Eli to bury Robin Keys in the cemetery, and that they adhere to the same parameters for a headstone that the Bonneville Cemetery has.
I have a- Perfect.
Motion made and seconded to allow Beth to deal with it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great,
Did you
thank
say the
you.
Bonneville Cemetery?
I said adhere to the same specifications for a headstone as the
Oh,
Bonneville
okay.
Cemetery.
We don't really have
I
a
don't know.
great outline, it just, we wanna see what it is. That's not gonna be, 87 feet tall.
Or it could be.
Right.
Okay,
Never know.
engineering permitting. So, are we ready to get the Spencer Bridge engineered, Trevor?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, oh, absolutely.
Okay, so I think that one obviously needs engineering permitting. Because that's not just a culvert.
Yeah.
So I think we have to put it out to bid for a engineering and permitting RFP. Really? Oh, they are, you see it. I think we need to put that out for an RFP to get an agency to. We tried to get someone to come in before and didn't get any takers.
Correct, we had a pre-bid out there, and nobody showed up, and I ended up getting in contact with Everett Hammond. He did give us a number. We decided at the time we weren't gonna do it. But once again, I can't stress it enough, I think this is something that definitely needs to be done. I personally think the road should be straightened out a little bit, and the dip taking out of the road. But the problem is the last time we paved that road, there's nothing but politically correct crap
Muck.
on the entrance and outlet of the said bridge.
Yeah.
So my suggestion would be to get it out to bid, get the engineer studies and everything.
We already have
Well, not the studies,
we have a hydrological study,
we
correct?
know what the structure is.
Okay.
We know what the structure is. That's not the issue, but we need to find out what's in that road, and do we come 75 feet off the bridge or 200 feet off the bridge to get some good material, so we don't have to deal with this again, because once they get down into there and open this can of worms up, it's going to fester. So by doing it right, and somebody like Andrea's company could come in and say, okay, you gotta take out 9 feet of material to put back in state spec, then we can have a good solid thing, 'cause this is out of my wheelhouse, like I said before. This is nothing I can.
Problem is, we don't really know what's in there because
Correct.
it's hidden.
Correct.
So there may have to be some borings and
Borings,
stuff,
yeah.
right,
Yep.
to determine what's there.
Yep.
So who did the hydrological study?
The state.
It's
So-
it's a recommended size, yeah, it's not a full study, I will just say.
No, right, just for flow
Yep.
of what it is. So we have that part, so that's a known. But now we have to put out for an RFP to hire an agency to engineer it
Yeah.
and set it up for permitting of what we need for permits.
So the
and
RFP is only for engineering and permitting, it's, and then a separate RFP will be for
I
later.
think we have to do that, so, because this isn't one we can do a build to
Design build.
spec.
Design and build, no, because we already have the structure that we're going to use.
The size.
The size of it. It's just basically to reconstruct a road, and if we do swing that road 15 feet to the right, which I don't know north, south, east, and west by standing out there, but downstream we'll call it, to take some of that hook shank out of the road, that would possibly be some land talks with Wells, because they own that piece of land right there. You're only talking a minimal amount of land, but that's if it even works out. It might not logistically work, but it's just something trying to make the road better out through there
Yeah.
at that point. Like I said, last time we paved it, it was jello. When they went through the roller, so I don't know what's in there.
Yeah, and maybe putting the right material back, but,
Yep.
you know, I'll just say as an engineer, we'll look at the V-Trans study, but if you're looking at realigning the road, you're gonna have to do another model to demonstrate the new structure with the new alignment, because that alignment does change things. And it's not like, I'm not talking like a crazy H&H model that's, you know, there's several kinds of models, I'll just say. You can just do a preliminary sizing check, you can just do, you know, a simple, like, one-dimensional model, I'll say. There's two-dimensional models, which is not what I think we're talking about here. Yeah, I think that's a great idea to separate it out and do an engineering.
This definitely, so I think we should try to drop an RFP to get the engineering of that structure and what permits we would have to do that. I don't think we can apply for the permits yet.
No, I wouldn't go that far, because you'll have them and step in any time, but I think that the purpose of this summer would be to get all the engineer work out of the way. Get everything laid
It
out.
probably would be done in the winter. And
Well, then
you'll
that's
probably
fine, but this way here, because the timeline would be to get this out to bid next year.
Yes,
To get this
exactly.
project out.
Yeah.
So if we had all that data, so
Yeah.
we could go out there in early April, mid-April, and the snow is hopefully gone, and we can do our pre-bid. At that time, we can hand the contractors, okay,
Here's the
this is what we're doing. And I agree with I agree with you 100% on some of the projects. That is what needs to happen.
Yeah.
There's no argument there on that. And this is something this board will tell you. This is something I've been adamant about with this project out there.
Yeah.
But we have the RFP that we drew up before, that we could kind of just.
From 2 years back, we can
Yep.
just update it.
And I'm happy to look at that RFP before you issue it or give comments on it, just to make sure it's kind of
Thorough.
thorough,
That
clear
would-
enough,
that
enough
would be-
detail.
That would be great if you'd be willing to take a look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want like that to be like a weird preferential treatment thing, but just to kind of give.
we
Well, then you're,
we
you
can't.
know what to put out that's gonna
You-
be
you
an
have-
apples to apples.
Because
Yeah.
I say gray and they say black, so
Yeah.
I
And that means nothing to me.
you know where I'm going there.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, but this is something we definitely need to do, and so if we can agree that we put this out, an RFP for the engineering of it to get a plan as to what we're gonna do, of what we have to do, so that we can get ready for a we'll probably have to have a pre-bid for this, and then when we get that, then we'll have to have a pre-bid
For the
for the
construction.
construction.
Which wouldn't be until next year.
Correct.
Does that bridge have a number?
There's
On our-
GPS coordinates on Town Highway 9 near number 457.
I think number 5, for some reason, sticks in my head.
We can.
Because I know we have culvert and bridge inventory, so like,
Can you verify that so that we have that?
The bridge number, yeah, absolutely. Well, she might be able to pull it up here.
I know, I was just.
I have a couple other things to mention if I may.
Hold on, wait, sorry.
No, please, go ahead.
Is there an address that's near the bridge on
that's
Winhall
gonna be
Hall?
the bridge number,
457.
457?
Yeah. which is John Spencer. Should be, right? I think so, isn't that right?
Or 403.
Okay.
And Andrea, just out of curiosity, when you guys do the engineering for something like that, do you then recommend that you should, as you said, you take a jog out or you just go this way? Like, is that part of what you as an engineer do, or is that
Right.
part of what needs to be in the RFP? That, you know, is this, what's
It
the?
can be, for something like that, it can be a more description saying, you know, that the town is looking also for an engineer to, look at possible realignment and do, you know, study of the subbase that's underneath the culvert or surrounding the culvert,
So
you
you
know,
might have an
or
A
you're just putting
and a
like the
B.
town's observed, you know, unideal conditions, with
Right.
soil conditions around the area, and they would like to look at alternatives for alignment.
Okay.
So it
you
can be
can
something
basically-
descriptive.
You can have an A and a B, sort of same kind of as concept where A is you follow the path and this is what you do, and B, this is what we recommend if you wanna make things simpler, more stable, blah, 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 you know,
Well, if the
alignment.
town just feels like they want it to be better, then
Right.
we can just go option
Well,
B.
this is
Like,
our,
there's only one option,
this
make
is
it better.
this bridge, hopefully, I mean, this bridge has probably been in there 40+ years. This will be our only chance to realign it at all.
Yeah.
And it may become, with it permitting us, it may become prohibitive. We may have to put it right back in the same place, but we probably will have to do something for the undergrade of the under material leading up to it.
Well, usually if it's better aligned with the stream and it's gonna be more flood resilient for the town and for the road, usually the state's in support of that, and the agencies will kind of barter with each other when it comes to wetlands or impacts below ordinary high water, like Army Corps. So, I mean, I think it's something to mention as a description that we would like to realign this to make this road more flood resilient and more stable for when repaving needs to be done.
Well, it's been paved over so many times, the guide rails are 6 inches off the
Yeah,
ground.
I don't know
safer.
exactly. off the top of my
And
head.
safer.
That's my.
It's a safety issue, because when you go
Yeah.
into it, Stacy knows this more than probably any of us. You go into it and then you've got to hook out of it,
Mhm.
and there's an incline and an out, so it definitely, I mean, for somebody like me, I kind of like it, because it's like a race course, but, other people, there's been a lot of accidents over there.
What is
At my
the,
age, yes.
what's the address? I'm sorry, 457. What's the road?
Winhall Hollow.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I'll just take a drive by.
It's just before John Spencer.
There's usually a bear coming out around
You
there.
don't know where John Spencer is?
Dude,
Not off the top of my head.
It says J.R. Spencer.
yeah,
So a little
so,
pond on the left-hand side and it's right.
right after that, it's got a dry hydrant sticking out of
So
the pond.
there's a pond that is on Spencer's property that has a dry hydrant. And then you'll see it, when the guardrails are about this far off the ground because it's been paved so many times.
Yeah.
And we couldn't raise the guardrails.
Hal, it's under
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
So anyways,
Is it the one over Edinburgh?
Yes.
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 It's not named after you guys.
I doubt it, but.
Well, but well, I
I
don't
think there
know.
was an Eddie family who lived more up the, out in the woods past John's.
So at one time, her father lived across from the long red barn
Oh,
of Keys,
So the very
in a
well could
house
be.
that is not there any longer.
Yeah.
No, I don't,
Oh.
I think that brook was named well before that. I think this was probably back in the early days, but he lived, I'm not sure how many years he lived there.
I don't know, the painting, portrait I have at home
Yeah,
says the date on it, but I'm not
right,
sure.
right.
They moved, it must have been in the 40s. 'cause he was
I don't remember that.
Really?
No.
Because the Shaddocks were over in that section too.
Shaddocks used to live at the sheep farm.
Yeah, yeah, that's why they're all in that Winhall Hollow
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've had a little
Okay.
history lesson.
All right,
I've
so,
got two more things to mention about RFP or engineering permitting.
Yep, well, I think have you come right up to the table,
Again,
when Trevor's job
Yours?
done.
Oh, I'm done.
well, we got highway, financial plan, and road and bridge standards. Is that anything that Trevor has to have input on? I mean, that's something you prepared, so.
Well, yes, and we prepared it after we met with the state. We do it every year. It's the same basic
Did-
template, but we change the numbers. That's how we
We
get our
had-
funding from the
We
state.
had a slight increase because of French Hollow. Was there a little tidbit that we had to add on a few hundred feet? Is that where it was? Was there some?
We already did that.
They
That was already.
calculate those.
Oh, they
based-
did,
yeah.
that was last year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Not,
a few years ago. Yeah, they already had that all.
Oh, I thought we just had, no, I'm thinking of Sylvan Ridge. And
Oh, this.
there was
Well, 'cause that wasn't-
100 yards or whatever.
You're talking about the piece that we just, from Rogues Ridge in.
Roads up
That, yeah.
from the end of Moose Hollow down to where the town property was. So that was one we added on.
their calculations are right there on the, at the top of that
It
sheet.
says 7/126, so hopefully, yeah,
Well, they calculate, I can't actually add, I can't put anything in those boxes. They're like set in
Close enough.
stone. Those are the dollar amounts that they're
it was
willing
like
to give
100,
us.
it was like 150 feet, so.
No,
It
and
is
I
what-
They
did
probably
forget
didn't
about
change
that
how much
story.
they're
I know there was one, but I'm
Yeah.
surprised I came up with it tonight. Okay.
Sorry, are you talking about town highway financial plan and road right now? Is that what you're
In case Trevor had to have input on it. He
That's
does.
where we are.
No, we're talking engineering still.
We're still back on it.
We're-
So this is
giving
saying that
Andrea
it has to be
a short
reviewed
time to-
annually is not about that?
Yes,
That's
Can I borrow this?
about the annual financial plan.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
about this.
okay.
Very valid question.
Okay, where are we now?
Back to engineering.
We're letting Andrea speak a little bit
Okay,
about.
thank you.
One
I just had
more.
two things I wanted to talk about. First, I just wanted to follow up on the scope of engineering services that Enron Kessler provided on April 1st, as well as talk about the Jamaica Bridge on Route 30 that V-Trans is replacing in the next couple of years. So I guess first I just wanted to follow up with you all to see if there were any questions on the letter, proposal, or my email follow-up from April 13th following the pre-bid meetings. I also wanted to offer a revision to just say, while a site plan and permit may not be required or needed for every project, it does help to have a proper sizing and have an engineer do some due diligence on a culvert. Specifically, I'm thinking of the Hollow Road culvert number 25, as I like to call it, Trevor's Pond. So that culvert, we were on site and the size was changed on site there, and it was thrown around a couple times. And I think that's something that could be avoided beforehand. I think the contractors were all like, so what size are we going with? What are we bidding on? So I think that's something that could be just improved for next time, and that's a quick analysis that an engineer could do. It's not a full H&H study. Like I said, there's several different kinds. So I wanted to offer that as a kind of a revision to this letter. And I also just, like kind of what you were saying with Spencer's Bridge, I wanted to just suggest the select board and the highway department to think about what projects you have coming up next year that you want to construct next year, because as you just said with Spencer's Bridge, now's the time you want to get an engineering RFP out, and you want to get the engineering done and permitting done this winter, and then you can be ready to hit the ground running April of 2027 for a RFP for contractors and get a pre-bid going for contractors. So I think now's the
I
time,
don't
you
know,
want to
this-
take a year in advance with permitting always.
This is such a we got some, well, hopefully we're gonna finish the access road project this year, I hope. Let me just bring that up real quick. Sorry to jump around, Caroline, but you're, but Stratton would actually like us to pull it together and get a price on it, because they would like to pay their half before July 1st. Because they have money available, and then they're not sure they're gonna have it after that. So we're gonna try to get that pulled together. Why don't you give it to Caroline, she can shut it down.
They got this.
Apparently I couldn't.
No, I know. You have one of those too.
I certainly do.
So yeah, I don't know, we haven't had time to talk about, I don't know of any other real big projects yet. I guess the only other one would be on Red Brook, our last culvert we have to do there.
Which one?
Down by under River Road,
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
fairgrounds.
Yeah.
I think that's the last culvert on that brook that is a problem. Cause we've done,
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of other big culverts coming down the pipe,
but that one is gonna be a little bit bigger because it can't handle the flow. And that's like did we do a hydrological study on that one?
Yep.
We do have one, okay, good. So we're ahead of the game on that.
So just a common thought, just to kind of onto her a little bit here. Most of these big projects, we typically only do one a year. I mean, so to try to slam 2 or 3 of them in, we got luck. Like last year was a little different because we had to bleed over from South Road, did not get done the year before. I'm all for having engineering help because it does help lighten our load a little bit. They can, not saying her, but you know, you would have to do the process, but at some point, and we have had this discussion about having more of an engineer on site on some of these bigger projects. Some of these little ones, like the contractor said, sometimes you just don't need the engineering help on it. And that's what was said, you know, it's common sense at that point. But I would definitely support the town looking into more engineering on this stuff, because then it would just be simple. I would just call the company up and say, okay, I want to do Bridge 12 on this road, let's get it done, let me know when we can start.
Yep.
So, but it is going to be an expense. I mean, because the other engineer studies I had gotten you guys 2 years ago was over 20 grand for the Spencer Bridge. And that was just to do the basic things. So there's that in there, and I know that the budget's.
Well, we definitely
That's
need it
not
on,
every culvert.
well, no, we definitely need it on that bridge.
Well, we do, so, but I'm just, trying to lay it all out here, I mean, I'm just speaking out
I'm
loud,
just saying for like culvert R25, I could probably throw like, I don't know, a couple $1,000s at that and still give you a better idea of a size. Saying you're gonna put back in the same size, an 18-inch culvert isn't better for anything other than a driveway culvert at this point. That's like the MRGP
And that
standard.
section, and Trevor's Pond really doesn't need to be drained the whole way, because it never is overflowed. Now, in 2 weeks, that pond is gonna be almost dry when the leaves come out.
Right, but you don't design culverts for the dry season, Stuart. You
No.
design it for the flood
Right,
standards.
but it just, even when we've been in a flood, that has never overflowed the road, in history.
But then we'd know where the end of the culvert was here in a couple
Well,
of
it got
months
covered
too.
That
over
would
as
help.
the
It would help to know
road,
where
as
the
the road
culvert
got
is.
widened.
Right.
It got covered over, because there's a culvert over there, but there's no culvert over here.
No, right, we couldn't see the end of it.
It's covered with dirt, but it's not under the water.
Oh, it's not, okay.
It's buried in silts, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So it's really not functioning at
So,
all.
anyway, right,
Correct.
it's
There's
not.
there's no water coming out of the outlet except for
Fantastic.
groundwater, yeah.
Yes.
So, and,
I did not realize that, Andre, when we were out there. This is not my specialty.
Oh, no, you're fine.
That was
So-
my first
so-
culvert
And that's the thing, is like,
So
some things
I-
that you
I
call
guess-
common to me are
I guess we
common to
won't put
everybody.
an RFP out for the Red Brook project until we get this one under our belt and see where we stand on
Let's
that.
start with one.
But, because then, that's the only other culvert left on Red Brook, then that waterway is done. Hopefully that certainly won't need it in my lifetime. Maybe, no. There isn't,
One big project a year feels like that's a great workload for.
And that's usually what I try to do, Andrea. I mean, there is a bunch
I
of
think that
smaller
makes
ones, like the Hollow Road projects, for instance. I do throw some of those, what I call smaller ones in there, like when Clark said, they're just common sense, we're just gonna throw them in. We get that. I would be more than happy if you're willing to sit down with me at some time, and I will show you some of the projects that I've got. Try to skirt this a little bit without getting us in trouble, just show you some of the projects I've already got hydraulic studies and stuff done. So I'm very diligent on trying to do my job
No,
proper.
I know, and I'm not
And I'm
trying to say you're not.
I just wanna make sure that that's very clear.
No, I know, and I'm just here to try to educate you all, because I think that we get word from Josh Carvajal from the state and say that's the word of God, and like, to be honest with you, Josh has no skin in the game. He's a licensed engineer and he's knowledgeable, but he's got a lot of area to cover. He covers from Rutland to Brattleboro to Windsor, like, he doesn't care with those small culverts because he doesn't have time to. So that's why, I mean.
Well, and regulations
yeah.
have changed more. We had much more scope. We had much more freedom of movement before.
Probably
And
about
that kinda
8 years ago.
That kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier too about Act 181. It's like giving the town more power, more decision making, and giving the person who's gonna do the design for them right here in their back pocket. Because again, love Josh, but he has so much area to cover, and this is his busy season. He's not gonna have time. So it's better, like you said, having someone on site to help out is helpful.
Well, and I wanna make sure we do things right the first time. I don't wanna be revisiting, I don't wanna go back with like, ooh, yeah, 3 or 4 things aren't right, we need more riprap, we need seed, wanna know out of the game so our contractors know.
Right.
The
And
RFPs
if
need
they're
to be
bidding on it and they miss it, then that comes
Right.
out of their paycheck.
Correct.
That's not coming out of the town's budget.
Right.
Yeah. Great, so I feel good about all of that, that's
Yes.
awesome. I'll look out for the
So,
draft RFP for
when-
Spencer Bridge.
Can you work with Trevor and try to get that worded correctly?
Yes.
So, I guess we'll look for the possibly realigning. Maybe Andrea would be willing to
Help with the language.
chip in on it a little bit there and say for the wording.
Is she
Because I
not-
can't say gray and black now. So, and then we can maybe put, I mean, how far are you figuring from the end of each end of it? 400 feet, 100 yards?
On Spencer's house side, I would say you're probably gonna go 75 feet and back towards the pond, it could be a couple hundred feet.
What, upstream and downstream you're saying?
No,
On
as far as the road,
Oh, I understand.
rebuilding the road, cause
Okay,
it's
so we're not talking long did, but,
probably 300 feet total would be my guess, and that might be a stretch, but you won't know until you, cause it might be a situation where you'll start doing core tests and you're still half a mile up the road, still pulling crap.
well,
You gotta find a spot where you
can't,
stop,
we gotta make right.
you gotta stop.
The problem is, you may get down to his pond and find out that slop there.
So that's what I'm
But
saying.
we can't
Yep.
incorporate that whole
Yep.
thing.
As far as a pre-bid for that, is the.
I think let's just gotta get it pulled together and
Okay.
then let us know.
Okay, and then, but I was just thinking maybe we could fit it in on the 12th, so it's like all in one day. Maybe, if it all works out.
Well, 'cause
You look at it and see what you can do.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little, of June,
Let's work, I think we're
We can
better
put
to
it
do
off.
another day.
Yeah.
It's
But-
totally
but,
different.
because
Yeah.
this one is out there ways.
Cause that wouldn't be happening until 2027, is that what I'm
Yeah,
understanding?
correct.
Yeah, so just getting the engineer to come in and tell us what we need to do.
So we get a
And
plan.
then, okay.
And and it would be nice if we could, well, the problem is we have to start figuring what we're gonna budget for it, because it's gonna be,
Well, that's the thing. And this will actually give us, cause I've got my rough number, and you know how good I am at that, but the
swag.
whole idea is to figure out what we're going to need, so when we put this budget together in October, when I start building this budget, we know we need 200,000 or 900,000.
Right.
We just know at that point. And I believe, listen, I talked the other day with the state about applying for a structures grant out there. I think we did.
Do we get those any,
Nod,
once in a
listen,
great
nod.
while?
Not but we certainly did.
But just remember, if we apply for them, doesn't mean we get them, because the way they go off
We got
talent.
one last year.
Right, so the odds of us getting it is slim, but we're gonna try.
Worth a try.
Okay, all right.
The other thing I had to mention was just that I went to the Jamaica Select Board meeting, April 27th, where they had V-Trans project manager Adam Goudreau come and speak on V-Trans Bridge number 42, which is between Bonneville and Rawsonville, which went out twice, once during Irene and once during 2023. So I went there as a concerned citizen and nosy person, and just asked them some questions to see what they had done for hydraulic studies, a geomorphic study, which is the compatibility of a crossing with the stream. That's what geomorphic means. And he presented the project. He's a structural engineer, so I'll give him a little bit of leeway on that. But they have not done a hydraulic study yet. They did have a preliminary plan, and the plan is to lower the bridge by 2 feet. And they are widening it, but it will not meet the V-Trans standard for 1 foot of freeboard at the 100-year storm. It will overtop at the 50-year storm. So I had significant concerns with that, and I told Adam that. I asked him all of these questions, and he said he would bring that back to them. The estimated project cost is about $7.5 million, and their estimated construction start date would be spring or summer of 2027, and the completion date would probably be early 2028. So I'm planning on reaching
I
out.
could build them a bridge that would hold up better than that, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, they're going to be driving piles into bedrock. We've got bedrock channel there, so they're going to drive piles into bedrock, which will be great, you know, structural abutments, which are, you know, you don't have to worry about scour when you're drilling into bedrock. And there is bedrock downstream of the bridge. However, there is a pretty sharp turn, and it quickly turns into a sandy bank, as many of you have probably seen. And I have severe concerns with the town of Jamaica's asset at the top of that bank, Dyers Road, which is creeping closer and closer towards property owners. So I think this is a great opportunity to do a correct study, because that bridge could be directly affecting that bank stabilization, as well as the lowering of that bridge.
Well, the problem is,
bridge,
they've also got an open bank just above it.
which is taking out trees, and they are even needing the headwater to depth ratio, which is something I asked Adam, and he didn't know what that meant, which again, he's a structural engineer. This is not his forte, and I was a water resources engineer there pelting him with questions. So I just wanted to mention that. I was there, I talked about it. I know it's a major route that all of us travel, even though we aren't in the town of Jamaica. And I'm going to be sending a letter or email to V-Trans to ask about it, to share my concerns. I'll be copying the Jamaica Select Board, and I'm happy to copy the Winhall Select Board if you guys would like to.
It would be nice if they would take the gravel out of the road, out of the river from the barn people down through to there, because there's, I don't know, thousands of yards of gravel that's plugging the river up, like they did down in Jamaica on the brook that comes down out of Pikes Falls.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
only so much that helps, but I hear you. There is a lot
I mean,
of
there's a huge buildup that they didn't touch when they were putting in the temporary bridge. In 1976, there was big bulldozers in that river opening it up, and we didn't have a problem until 2011.
Yep. Yeah, the problem with over-excavating rivers is that you're constantly chasing your elevation upstream, and that can actually destabilize the river as well. So you have to be very careful with excavation of rivers. While
You've
some
got to
can
go
be
further
helpful,
upstream with the big bulldozers
yes.
to get it all pushed back.
But going too further upstream, you're chasing grade. So it's a balance. It's a balance.
What is the point of them dropping it by 2 feet? That
It was
just
about-
seems
Putting bigger
stupid.
steel.
I know, that's how I felt too. He felt like it was a constriction with the, I believe it was with the foundation. I have to double check. It was a conflict with the abutments, he
This
said.
bridge that was there had a center support.
Yes.
This new bridge, I believe,
Doesn't.
is
It
going
will
to be
not,
clear
correct.
span.
It'll be a clear span,
So they're probably
120
putting in
feet.
bigger steel.
Okay.
So, and just
Yeah.
my assumption,
No,
from
probably,
what I know
yeah.
about, but I believe they're putting in bigger steel.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna raise it because they don't wanna have a
Right.
hump on it.
Right.
But, oh my God.
I just look at Irene when I was standing at the old town hall, and there was only about 1.5 feet of area between our bridge in the center of town
Yep.
and the top of the water, which
Right.
for me was
1976.
unbelievable that that's where
Yeah.
it was at, and then it never touched that, and then it never came to the town hall at all.
It was
Exactly.
going It was going fast.
They just,
1976, water splashed over that bridge.
Yeah.
yeah.
It hit the top thing and splashed over it, but it never created a problem, because that one is a bedrock.
And even the current standards for V-Trans are out of date, in my opinion. The new recommendation I'm hearing from scientists and engineers is you actually want a headwater to depth ratio, which is essentially your open area above your flood elevation to the bottom chord. It's that open area you were just talking about, Beth. That you want to have to be larger, so you have more debris when those 4-foot trees are coming down, when you've got propane
Or
tanks coming
propane
down,
tanks,
you want
yeah.
room. I mean, there's no point in spending $7.5 million on a
Well,
project
I guess
for the bridge to get
you
taken
better
out.
go to work for the state and get that shit straightened
You
out.
can't pay me enough to work for the state. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm happy to copy you all on that email when I send it.
Thank
It's
you.
on my list.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Well, that's-
following
that's
up on all
interesting.
this stuff too.
I
Andre.
ca-
I've watched that
can't
glitched out
believe-
twice in my lifetime,
Yeah.
so
I
I
can't
don't want it to
believe-
happen again.
I can't believe that they are, yeah, I guess I can.
I can't believe they have preliminary plans that they are ready to get through final design without a hydraulic study. That's what gets me.
We have to have it, for Christ's sakes, for a 3-foot culvert or bigger.
Yeah.
And,
Do as I say, not as I do.
yeah,
Well, Jeff DeGraff, who was the lead engineer on all of this stuff, left V-Trans earlier or late last year. So he was really at the helm fighting for these studies because he knew it was so important for flood resiliency. And now that
you
money
would
is
think
just
you would have enough
disappeared.
time to do it, because it's been 3 years?
Yeah, there's a lot of state to cover and only a few engineers at the state level.
Yeah,
Again,
but
why
I
would you
got a
bring it
good,
back to the
I
town
got a good
level?
friend who is a state engineer, and he says, yeah, he says, I'm familiar with that project, he lives up, way up north. And he's been down and looked at that project, he said, yeah, this is something it's on our radar, we have to do it. And, but yet, they're not.
They
making
called it a rural minor arterial road. That's what it's classified as, which I thought was
Wow.
pretty funny.
Well, it's below Rutland County,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
What do you say? Yeah.
rural minor arterial, which I was very surprised about
now
considering
if
how
it was
much
Route
traffic
11,
on
that'd be a
that
different
bridge.
story, because Route 11's rated higher than Route 30.
Yes, yeah.
Hearing that, Julie, that explains, this is the fight we've had in the wintertime. That's why we had, that phrase right there is why we have the issues in the wintertime.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you,
your-
Andrea.
All right, so you'll work with Trevor on an RFP for that. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. Okay, do you have anything to talk about short-term rental? Or are we-
We are on the Deckard platform. We've had lots of inquiries about the new ordinance when it will take effect.
What are we out, a month and a half on that?
It'll be June 15th, I think. Well, so there's
Oh.
2 dates, because it's the 60 days, it's fully in effect, but there's the 44 days where if we haven't had an appeal, then we're in good shape, which is around June 3rd, I want to say.
Oh, so we're less than a month.
So and a lot of the questions about +2, and I'm letting people know if there's a +2 and you're gonna be at 9, you should do your fire inspection now, because you need to have that.
Okay.
I also, with
Has that helped the stress
Very-
level with some of
very
them?
much, yeah.
Okay, so it helped a little bit.
Yeah, it helps a lot for a
Okay.
lot of people,
All
so.
right.
And then the attorney that I had been working with, I was doing some back and forth with, one of the extreme violators, and called the attorney for input, and that was her last day. So I found that out. So that I was like, well, were you gonna call me and tell me?
With
it's
our
okay.
normal town
With our
attorney?
normal, yes, so
And
I
who-
have
and
since
who-
spoken
who-
with our normal town attorney, we have a great relationship, and have come up with these people who are pushing back that hard. If they're not paying the fine, they don't get a license. They can no longer operate as a short-term rental in our town until they have complied with the fine.
But there's no-
And been registered.
But there's no way to stop them if we don't go legal.
Well, yes and no, because as I understand it from the attorney, if they don't have a license and they have noticed that if they don't get the license and don't resolve the fine and then they go do it again, like that creates an even bigger, penalty, if you will, in the eyes of the court, if you have to go to court. So anyway, I'm doing my best to try to keep people to
So, is the lawyer that we had through Wilmington?
still Wilmington, we're still, it's John Stasny now. We're just, instead of Suzanne, we are working with John right now.
Okay,
And you're comfortable
And
with that?
I'm comfortable, I've had,
So-
so far so good. We don't
okay,
need to
we
talk
we
more.
gotta come back to something about Lister before we get done.
Okay.
But, okay, so we haven't had any letters of contention on it since we implemented the new one, but we still are into another 30-day
It
waiting
hasn't taken
period.
effect yet.
Right.
So at the end of that 30 days, if no one has petitioned to do something about it, then it's the rule.
Yeah, it's 44, if there's no appeal after 44 days, then at 60 days, it's fully adopted. I don't know why between 44 and 60 it's not, but that's just how it's written.
Oh, okay.
So, so 44 is really
So
But
middle
I-
of June,
yeah.
approximately.
and I
Okay.
think it's June 14th, I have it written down, but, and I've reached out to various property managers that I know and said, before we even did, should we adopt this, and said, what do you think, after we posted it so they could read it. So
Okay, good.
We're doing all right.
Thank
So
you.
have you,
And we only had one new license and we had one fine in April because there was so much going on with the transition, trying to get off GovO. I couldn't start anybody at GovOS, so I had to, because I didn't want to start them there. And then there was the transition onto the Deckard platform. And so it was harder for me to do my chase, with people. So I worked more on having a list, but Beth can attest, I've been out on my list trying to, get them to now.
so have you had
sign up
many
on
more
Deckard.
people sign up since then, or are we still in the 110
We're
range?
No, we're sort of at 113.
Okay,
So we're 113 and another $2,500 in fees and another $500 in a fine. But like I said, April was sort of slow
Okay.
for that kind of stuff.
so
just
the new
because
system seems to is gonna work better?
it's definitely going to work better for some things and it's different for other things, and it's just an adjustment phase for me. So
Okay, great, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so, town, road, and bridge standards as of January 21, 2026, municipality of Winhall. They send us these figures, so we assume that they're right.
Well, the highway financial plan is that other document.
Is that a separate?
That's a separate
Okay,
document.
so let's
That is,
do,
the road and bridge standards are basically us attesting that we're meeting the state standards for road construction and
Okay.
maintenance.
Do I need to read this whole thing? I don't think so.
No.
We read it all.
Same as
Everybody
last
everybody
year.
read it.
Yeah.
Okay, so, town, road, and bridge standards municipality of Winhall, do I have a motion on this? This is a report that goes to the state and there's a place for all of us to sign.
Right, great. I make a motion to approve the town road and bridge standards for the municipality of Winhall, Vermont.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Somebody else can fill in the date, they can write. All right, thanks, Doug.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have annual financial report for town highways. Town of Winhall fiscal year 2027, beginning 7/1/26 to 6/30/27. And this is description of miles of road and estimated income?
This is the state revenue we get for classes of roads from the state agency of transportation. gives
So
us
they
money
send
every
us-
year for-
They send us $111,000
That sounds all right.
and we spend 2.5 million.
Hang on one second, we have to sign both these pages. There was 2 spots, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just want to verify. Sorry, Stuart.
No problem. Somebody's watching.
And there's a page to sign at the back of that financial plan as
Yeah,
well.
I'll get back to that in just a second. I better do this or. Thank you. I'll try to read these. Look at that, you can even read
You
that.
can even read that.
Yeah. Short words help. Okay, so this is the plan for state highways, which is filled out by the state, is that correct, or you filled
The
it?
top part is filled out by the state, then I have to fill out what the budgeted amounts are.
Okay.
And then the second page is where you attest that you're spending over, I think it's $300 per mile of road on maintenance of the roads.
Well, we're definitely over that. So, okay,
I
so,
make a motion to approve the annual financial plan for the town of Winhall highways.
okay,
Second.
motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Okay, Otter Creek wastewater feasibility proposal. Do you have any information on that?
That's the one that I sent out to you, Robert Clark, you had a conversation with him?
Yes, I talked to him. Did he
Because-
send us any information though?
He did, yep,
Okay,
I
I'm
sent it
sorry, I
to
didn't-
everybody.
I know I spoke to him, but I don't remember.
He sent a revised proposal for services, basically,
They're still willing to do the project?
they he questioned whether you actually, the town wanted to go through the process of securing the wastewater funding. Because it's the revolving loan, the Clean Water Revolving Loan Fund only pays 50%, they used to pay 100%. But now they only pay 50, and his proposal.
The reason we couldn't do it before was we didn't have village
Village,
designation, correct?
right.
So we had to work through that thing, so we missed that guideline. But didn't he say he could probably do it without going through the thing for the price of what it would normally have cost us with the 50%?
I'm trying to find the total cost here.
We did get the proposal, because when I was going through my
Yeah.
note last year, it was 2025, because I have it.
When did I send it to
Yeah, Robert Clark, that's right. Now, he's with the state.
you? No, he's the engineering firm, private engineering.
Okay, but we talked, all right, there's another guy
I sent it to you on
that we
Sunday,
talked
the
to.
12th of April.
Okay,
To all of us or just Stuart?
All of you,
Okay.
okay.
I'm sorry,
I
April
have
12th,
it,
you
but-
said?
yes.
Okay.
At 8:35 a.m.
Now, at that time, we had accepted their proposal, but the problem is, we couldn't act on it through the grant because we didn't have village
We didn't have village,
designation.
yes.
So, do we have to
The board
Yes.
had voted to reapply for the loan at the 50% for the wastewater system. But the first step, after I met with the state personnel, was to find out what the new proposal was gonna be from Otter Creek, how much it was gonna cost. And then that's when Robert Clark presented his new proposal. And I'm still trying to find out what the total is. I think it was like in the 70,000 range, wasn't it?
well, that's what, I believe that's
Oh,
what
84.
84.
okay.
So basically, he had said, do you really want to spend the time going through the process to get 50% loan funding? Or do you want to just
So,
contract with me directly?
did he say, when I was talking to him, it appeared he may be able to do it at a lesser price if he didn't involve the state as far as that phase of it went.
That could be what his proposal is. I think
But it
it was
doesn't
like
really
in
say
the
it there.
70, doesn't really say that.
Well,
I have a question. Was there an RFP that went out for this wastewater feasibility? I mean, this
This was
is
a couple years ago.
significant
Couple
contract.
couple
This was
years
a couple
ago.
years ago.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Because, but we couldn't act upon the funding we got through, that we were approved for the state,
Uh-huh.
because we had the village designation. So we had to go through that flaming hoop
Mhm.
to get village designation, but then by the time we got that time had passed for us to use it.
Gotcha. So you're not interested in collecting any other estimates?
Well, I
besides
don't know,
matching
I mean,
numbers?
cause
I
he,
always am.
what's that?
I always am interested in a better price.
But I'm not, but he had said, if he might be able to do what we had to do at the half price of what it was
Oh,
going to
sure.
be.
Well, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
But I guess that letter didn't say that.
It says, in my opinion, if the subsidy the state provides is only 50%, it would likely save the town of Winhall time and money to engage directly with our firm for the study.
Well,
Can we table this for now and look into it more?
So in the original loan, clean water loan process, you had to go out to RFQ, which requests for qualifications from engineers. You got, I don't know if it was a couple
I
different.
think we got two.
RFQs, so then you picked one, they submitted their proposal, and this is who, it would still, in the because it's federal funding, it would still be acceptable to use that RFQ process for up to 5 years, I think they said. So because this was a couple of years ago, you could still go with Otter Creek, or you could go start the process all over again if you'd like.
So RFQ is just to get qualifications, but that doesn't get us a bid.
Correct. It got us a bid during the last process because you picked the contractor you wanted to work with, and he submitted the entire plan, the entire proposal for that feasibility study, his entire scope of work, because that was the second piece that I had to provide to the state saying, this is how much it's going to cost, and we still.
Is that state or federal money?
It's federal money, it's Clean Water Revolving Loan Fund, it funnels through the state, so I think it's federal money
It is, yeah.
at the starting point.
Lisa, on that April 12th email, I'm sorry, I don't recall it, but was it just the letter?
Here, you can
I'm just thinking I'd like to reread everything that I wasn't here at the previous stuff that the select board
So-
decided to do.
There's the proposal
Okay.
and there's the email. Feel free to resend it to yourself.
Let's bypass
Just an
that for
Android.
just a couple minutes.
It's
And
an
then,
iPhone.
Is
that
there a
problem
deadline
is
that
you're
we have to
involved in the
respond
rest
to
of the
this?
stuff.
Okay.
No, I think his proposal's good for some time, but I can't say it's good for like
Oh, of course,
extended
yeah,
amount of
yeah.
time. I don't know, it doesn't really say exactly how long it's
So,
good for.
Can we dumb this down a little bit? So I'm looking at
Perfect. Thank you, Julie.
Exhibit M right now, which is on page 45 of the email that you sent.
Yep,
Can you see the breakdown, the 46 versus 38 versus 84? I'm assuming 84 is everything. But the numbers I see above this are only 46. So what kind of cost are we looking at?
additional services included
The
in step.
preliminary engineering report is the 46,215,
Yes.
and the additional services included in step 1 are not to exceed 38,145 for a total engineering cost of 84,360.
Thank you. It's hard for me
So I
to see
guess
it
we
on my
got- I
phone.
guess we gotta
appreciate
put it
that.
back.
He was gonna go through both the state steps, like to
Okay.
do all, like to do
So I,
more than just the initial like feasibility, he was gonna go that next, there's phases.
I guess we gotta put it back out to bid and go through the process. Because, I mean, if it appeared to me the way he was talking, that he thought that they were gonna be able to do it under their original money that they were going to get.
Okay.
But it appears that's not what's happening.
I think that's what's confusing me, is that's how I took this in as well, just a quick.
Sort of like a
glance,
double
so-
roof, a cold roof and a
Yeah,
double roof.
you got it, yeah.
Add them together.
I think his original proposal was in the high 70s, so 2 years later, it only went up, 5,000.
Right, right.
So,
Just,
I agree, it's probably just inflation in that
Yeah.
cost increase, and I just wanna, it might be worth asking Otter Creek. Otter Creek does a lot of these feasibility studies, so I'll just speak on behalf of them for a second and just say, I don't know if you'll get more competitive bids, so if you don't, I don't wanna say that for sure you'll get a more competitive bid, so if you don't wanna restart the process, and trying to get a more competitive bid, then you might wanna stick with Otter Creek, because they do a lot of these, but
so,
I can't tell you what that
the problem is,
entails.
can we reapply for the state to try to get the 50% funding?
yes, I just need to know if you want to continue down that path, because it's, the process of hiring Otter Creek directly is very different on my end than the process of going through the state Clean Water Revolving Loan Fund process. It's a lot more onerous for 50% of the money,
And it's a loan.
and it's, right. There's
So
last,
we're gonna have to pay it anyway.
it was a loan with 0 repayment last time, but I don't know what that
Whoa, whoa,
means
whoa, whoa,
moving
wait a
forward.
minute.
It's
A
zero
zero-
loan or
or
it's
zero
zero,
interest?
yeah,
No, it was
zero.
called a loan.
Yeah, just like the
It was-
PPP money, that was called a loan.
It was
but
called a
you didn't
loan,
pay
but you
me
did
back.
have to repay it, right?
Okay.
So the wording is all, and it changes year to
Well, I
year.
like loans you don't have to repay.
Me too.
So,
It's worth a try.
could you reach out to Otter Creek, please? And I'm trying to think of the guy's name at the state, I spoke to him
Tom.
also. Tom. Could you reach out to him and say, okay, we're trying to get back in this process now that we have village designation? And say, okay, does it look like we would be in the running for a loan with zero payback for possibly 50% of it.
I already met with them. We're already in the process. But because the board had voted to continue down the path of the 50% loan, but then you had a conversation with Robert, and Robert submitted the proposal for this amount, and he said, do you really want to go through the hassle or process of going through the state?
But would that pay half of that, or would it be more than that if we,
It would only be 50% currently, that's
so it'd be
all there is.
$42,000 approximately?
Right,
Mhm.
why wouldn't we wanna do that? Why would Robert think we wouldn't wanna
Time,
do that?
time, it would take a long time and a lot of local resources, most likely,
To do
to
the
go through the-
application or to go through?
to go through the process. Yeah,
Could,
we got about halfway last time, it was a lot of
Yeah.
hours, but we got about halfway.
Where do the hours come in into terms of the application? Like, why does it take so much time? I'm just trying to learn.
It's like a constant back and forth with like the state, and then you need to
would it be
get,
some of the information we've already put in, would that be valid?
no.
It's the disbursement of funds too, right? Let's say like when you wanna get, you get a bill from Otter Creek for a portion of the money, you have to request that money, so
Right.
it takes more time.
It's a lot of admin time.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Well,
So it's an
But it is
overall.
40,000.
Right, yeah.
It's an overall total cost higher, but you're still getting half of it paid
Back,
for.
paid for.
All right.
I mean, if you
It's so
can
less
confirm it's
in
a
the end.
loan with a zero payback, I think you should pursue it.
either that or, and I can't remember Tom's last name.
Brown. I think it's Brown.
Yeah, we're
I think it's
taking
Tom
very similar names, aren't they?
Rob Brown and Tom Brown?
Yeah, I think that confused me just.
That's
a little
Robert Clark.
bit. Clark, Brown.
Here I am speaking up and I'm really not, I really shouldn't be, got it.
You were up early this
I
morning,
was
Stacy.
up early this morning, it's true, I'm up early every morning.
Could you send me Tom, Brown, Clark,
Clark.
Roger, Smith,
Who do
James?
you want to talk
Do you
to?
want me to
Jones.
forward on the email from him?
From
Sure.
Tom
Yeah, I have it
Brown?
also, it's on the 12th, it came.
Why don't you let me call him and see if it looks like we are in the running for
Well, for 50%, we are in the running. I
Yeah.
just need to know if you want to continue
Yes.
that. I already
I
started
think-
the
I think we
process.
I
do.
would make a
I
motion,
think
we
we-
continue with,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Second.
all right, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Phew.
Okay,
Okay.
continuing on.
Access permit
So I
applications.
forwarded it to you.
Okay, access
Yeah.
permits, I have a stack of them. Oh my God. It's okay, Teresa, I'll be quick.
Go slow.
Okay, so we're at final approval for Lawrence Michael Jenks at 47 Mountain View Road Extension. I will be recusing myself
sorry,
from
I
that.
I make a motion, we approve.
There was no
Final
culvert,
approval.
No,
correct?
no,
And it's already been looked over, we did the
Yes.
pre-approval before, and now it is final approval because it does not need a culvert.
Which one are we on?
This is,
Lawrence Michael Jenks, thank you.
I took it away from her just so that there wasn't any. And this was for
it's eating
Mountain,
candy.
Mountain View
47.
Extension number 47. Got that, Caroline?
Mountain View Road Extension, yeah.
Right. Well, here it says Mountain View Extension.
Yes, well, it's all right, I'll
Gonna kick
fix
it back.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Okay, so, can I get a motion,
I made a motion.
okay?
I second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Beth recused herself.
Okay.
Okay, second one. Jordan Plachter. He is 24 Maple Hill Road. It is a completed job. We just need final sign off, so I would make a motion that we approve this one. It's at 24 Maple Hill Road.
Mapleville?
Maple Hill.
Which is up in the Stratton Development. Did I get a second on that?
Second.
Second for Julie.
Who-
Any other?
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
I made the motion.
Thank you.
This is final approval for this. Any
Yes.
other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Okay. The third one, final approval. Laura Hess with an E on the end. This is 56 Lower Taylor Hill Road. 18-inch culvert, it's installed. Trevor has signed off. I make a motion to give final approval on this access permit.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Motion made by Beth, seconded by Christie.
What was the last name on that?
Hess.
Hess, Hesse.
Which house
It's
is
the
that?
one up by
by Travis.
Yes, thank
It's
you.
across the road.
Yes,
There's nothing, it's just a road right now.
yes.
You mean the camp back in the woods?
No,
No.
this is on the other side. This is that driveway that goes up and it's got the logs sitting there.
It's like a
Oh, yeah,
really
yeah,
steep.
okay. All right, motion been made and seconded, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Okay, this is a new one. This is Jim and Robin Bosch, B-O-S-C-H. They are 51 Stratton View Road. This is new construction, no culvert needed. I would make a motion, we approve this.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Uh, There's not, this is an old permit. I don't know where they got this from, so one of us has to sign down by me on the bottom. Okay, the second one is Tom and Michelle Kouse, K-O-U-S-E. This is 49 Stratton View Road. Both of these are coming off from one driveway, just so you know that. This is up on the top by Dot Diener's old house across the street. This does not need a culvert either, so I make a motion that we approve this so they can move forward with construction.
I second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. So the access permits?
That's all the access permits.
Okay, now, need a motion to
Make a motion.
go to liquor board.
I make a motion to close out our regular meeting, open the liquor board. A second?
7:46, see, but I haven't got my fourth grandchild in there yet.
Okay, so I have 3 liquor licenses in front of us. This is for D&D Vermont LLC. This is the Red Fox Inn location, just so you know. I have a first class license, a third class license, and I believe an outside consumption permit. So I would make the motion to approve all 3 of these. And they have paid the town already when they turned this in, so we're all set.
These come back to Beth. Okay, so the motion was made to approve all 3. Did somebody second? You seconded it? Okay. Motion made and seconded to approve the 3 licenses at Red Fox.
For D&D Vermont LLC.
Right. All in favor, say aye.
There's nothing to sign anymore.
Okay,
Thank you, though.
no problem. Glad we could help.
I make a motion, we adjourn the liquor board meeting at 7:48 and reopen the select board meeting.
Great.
Motion was made
I'll second.
and seconded. Favor, say aye. Liquor board's closed. All right. So, should we do the minutes and the bills? And then we will go into executive session to go over the resumes for town administrator.
And
Is that-
we have some other personnel issues.
Okay. So, we have a interim bill from last week, because we were off a week there, that we signed. It was $64,075.57. Beth and I signed it to get Debbie so she could process it.
And that is warrant number 93382.
Do you need
Was there
signatures?
something large?
Yes,
No,
Debbie likes
that's
this
kind of a
all.
large bill for in between.
There was some of it for Goldstone that a bill had not gotten into the system.
There was a couple big items on there, Teresa.
But we can look at it. I don't
Forgot what
remember.
they were
I
now.
looked at them the other day.
Goldstone was over.
Got the biggest one,
Right? that's
and
fine.
that one. No, it's this one. It was our town insurance, property and casualty, VLCT, Teresa, was fairly large.
41,000
It just seemed like a large one for in between, like.
Right.
Okay, everybody has a packet.
Teresa, the biggest one was insurance,
Insurance.
like a
Thank you.
liability.
Liability, yeah. It just, you know, for an interim one, it seemed like a large amount, yeah. Thank you.
Well, this is wet now, so it's not gonna go very far. They had a major one in Marble. You must have,
Yep,
Yeah. that was pretty big one, wasn't it?
yeah, like 5 acres, it's,
Yeah, which is big for Vermont.
yeah.
They had numerous departments there. And then they had one in Newfane, same time, both for wires down that caused it.
Overhead doors are.
Just gonna go hand you that one.
Oh, okay.
I'm writing down the note, and here, switch. Where's the big folder?
Uh-huh.
I know we're supposed to keep it in order, but.
That'll make everybody gasp.
This is cloud services for Knox.
Did we sign this last time?
Did they,
Knox Connect,
May
yeah.
may I see?
so it's our annual renewal, but I didn't see the bill, where did that come from? I was waiting for the bill to come in.
That,
Scott
it came to,
approved it.
it ended up at Scott's.
Oh, is it like,
No, this is.
can you tell me how much it is?
summer
$1,298.
Yeah, usually it comes to me, I just asked them for a copy of the bill,
No,
I don't
this
know
is for
why it went to
Florida.
Scott.
It just said 115 Vermont, 130, didn't have. your-
No, I had to deal with the rep, like I have to talk to the rep to get it
With,
with Knox. Ralph,
Ralph Orta?
yeah, he passed me off to somebody else.
They're
Did
good.
we, and maybe I forgot, I know Julie, you were talking to Homestead, did we actually sign the contract, because we have an invoice here?
We did.
Yes, Lissa signed the contract.
Okay. Would you forward a copy of that to me, Lisa, so I have
Deb
it?
also asked for it, I'm waiting on the homestead signature, it's not
Okay.
fully executed yet.
Oh, this is the reappraisal. Nice. That's
that
the
what you got?
printing.
Yep.
I don't wanna hold up the
No,
process here.
you're fine. So that's for us to have access to the system
Huh?
per year.
We have to,
License-
yeah,
licensing.
we did the licensing.
Is this their
So do
own
your job.
payroll system,
I know.
this
Good.
in time?
Did you
It's
leave
not
our
a payroll
Sapphire at
system,
home?
it's their,
I did.
shift.
Okay, just
Scheduling.
made me nervous
Their
there for a
scheduling
second.
system, which turns
Go
into
fast.
timesheets.
Okay.
Because you and Mary Beth Adelson have two of the nicest sapphire rings. Being a Libra and all. Let her go.
Have you done five?
I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, it was.
And that was a great save by Gunner. This, I kind of got the lowdown from Jeremiah. He almost didn't let it go down into that ravine.
He almost didn't.
No, because it seemed like it was too steep.
I've done this one. Have you done it for?
That is a great save.
You've
That
done
was
it
great.
first, So that's good. Thank you. I have no. That's good.
You guys are just rolling right out here.
This is the big one.
That is the big folder. Ooh, I wonder if the state will really appreciate it when they get that check from us.
Paying for half of our truck, right? Is
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but you're saying
Is this one
that
I've
we
seen?
owe, do we owe one for the education fund too?
Yes,
Yes,
they're both in the
that's-
same folder.
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. If we can do anything about getting this Act 181 repealed, then we gotta go after,
I
the education thing.
I do have the breakdown of what every town is sending, if you guys are interested in that. We kind of talked about it at the 181 meeting, but if you want to see it, so you can pull up individual towns, so you know what they're sending. There was one, what town was that, Stuart, that's sending almost $20 million? It was a small
I
town.
think it was Dover. wasn't it?
Dover,
Dover, yes.
Dover.
and Rutland isn't sending any.
Correct.
You'd be amazed, I went through that list today, just off the top of my head, how many towns aren't sending any?
I would love that breakdown.
I gave it to you, I resent it.
Oh, thank you.
And, oh, did you see this one first? I'm sorry. And if they're not on there at all, then they're definitely not
I
sending.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I said, I came up with, just off the top of my head, I bet I came up with 20.
That you would think should be sending.
So,
Just in general, everybody should be sending is the way I look at it.
But they're not. That's why we're sending, so they can have a pool and stuff, and I won't name names.
lighted ball fields.
Like I think Paul doesn't, Rupert does. It's
I don't know,
weird.
coming from a place where education is funded differently, kids suffer.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they're not fun, I mean, the way I like kids in the Northeast Kingdom having a good education, and
It's
even
important.
if they're in a poverty area, so.
Yes.
But the problem is, supposedly, this thing has already been decided on which private schools made it that could take,
I heard that, yeah.
that could take town money. And not all the private schools received that designation. So that's gonna kill some of them, isn't it?
Mhm. Well,
It's like that big downers.
well, that's it.
Well, okay, so, has everyone seen, the red one is the one I started on.
Yeah, I just haven't seen the red.
We'll share.
Let's look at it together.
This one's all credit card.
Yes.
Maybe we should.
That's the account number.
This is just,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay, well, that was easy.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, you gonna make a motion on that?
Can I have the
Or-
number and the
Right, that's
total?
what I get, that's why I give it back to her.
Thanks. I make a motion to approve check warrant number 93385.
I'll second that. Oh, you're giving the amount, sorry.
How much is it?
554.
No.
No,
Nope.
it's 5 million.
See, I can't read it, so
Here.
Julie can.
I think the number, I think the number
Good,
is.
that's awesome, I'm sorry.
It's
The
five,
pay order number's not right.
oh, 93385.
Okay.
And it is for 5,500,047.04. So $5,447,004
Thank you.
and 97 cents.
So there's almost $5 million with the education
In my
fund.
eyes.
And then there's a $500,000 check to Pierce for half of the new truck, which if we pay it now, we save $16,000.
Why does the invoice say Legion?
That's the name of the company we're buying it through. but it says Pierce on the top of the bill. Because they have dealers, and their dealer is in Massachusetts.
Am I gonna get points taken off for my lack of eyewear?
No. The fact that
Okay,
you show
so we
up.
approved minutes, reviewed bills, approved warrants. Oh, we didn't do minutes. Do we have any minutes?
Just make this to the top.
We do.
Oh, we do have minutes. You know what? I'll print them out while you're in executive session. if it's like-
Okay, thank you, yeah, all right,
I've read them.
well,
You wanna wait?
we should sign them.
Yes, but we can approve them if everybody's read
Yes.
them.
Okay, so which, do we just have,
Just for
Bless you.
April 15th.
okay, you guys have read the April 15 minutes?
Yes.
Everybody okay with it?
Yes, I make a motion to approve the April 15th minutes as written with the attachments.
Okay, motion was made
A second.
and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Melissa, I have a technical question. For interviews, those are executive sessions, so those do not have to be publicly warned.
No, they
Or-
don't.
They still have to be publicly warned, and we would just say anticipated executive session for
Okay, just,
it's personnel / contracting matters.
okay. Just so we know what we need to do.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else to do other than executive session.
Did you have any other minutes?
What's that?
You didn't have any other minutes
No?
from the pre-bid meeting at the library? You didn't have minutes?
It wasn't a public meeting.
Oh, they were all there, okay. I didn't know.
It was, Stuart and I were there, Teresa, and I did, this is very kind. And Lisa, you have your log sheet, your data sheet for us too? Like your workload for the week?
Oh, my update, yes,
Yep.
I'll email that, because I didn't print that either.
Okay.
So I'll, yeah.
All right, so can I get a motion to go into executive session at 8:02?
Oh, go ahead, Tricia.
I'll make a motion to go to executive session at 8:02
Personnel.
p.m. for personnel.
Great, I'm just going to the restroom.
Do we want to vote on that?
Seconded.
Yeah, you want us to
Has to
vote
be
on that?
Second,
You're going back?
sorry, second.
Oh,
You want us to vote on that, you're going to back?
aye.
Aye.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Could someone let me know when you
Yep,
want me
shouldn't
to
be.
come back
I
out
hope
there?
it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We're coming out at 8:55.
Motion made and seconded to come out of executive session at 8:55. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. We are motioning to interview 4 candidates for the town administrator position.
We're trying to set the date.
Date as May 27th, starting at 4 p.m.
If those people are available on that day.
Yes, and I will email them.
So we'll have to, we'll give you the information to warn it when we know what the date is. So we've had a motion made and seconded. Is there any other discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So you will contact them?
Yes, I am
Thank you.
going to, and I'll CC y'all.
And thank you for your guys' effort on that and to get that pulled together. Thank you.
And then,
So we said 4. I guess I better check my calendar and see if
yes, I'm gonna put that in.
27th at 4, okay.
Well, provided
Yes. And then,
We have a motion that that the truck, the town truck can,
any town truck.
any town truck can only be used for town purposes, not for lunch breaks, that kind of thing. So we're gonna be more explicit about that and have a conversation, but we motion that the town truck is for town purposes only.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded to create a policy
Yes,
that the town
any town truck.
equipment
Yeah.
is not used to go pick up lunch.
Yes.
Well,
or
now,
any personal,
Any
It's not
per- so
personal, it's just for town
it is
business only.
it is to be used for going to do town business.
Yes,
So if they're going out to check 911, or going out to check the roads, or going to a meeting,
then it's fine.
Get
then it's fine.
parts,
Get parts, whatever, okay.
So town, I make a motion that the town truck is used for town business only.
Okay,
And I seconded
the
that.
motion was made and seconded, is there any discussion?
Did I hear you say you're creating a policy? Did somebody say that? Is that happening?
That was-
That's what I said, I mean, I don't
It's just a
know.
motion, I don't know if it's a policy.
not a policy.
It might- Yeah.
Probably
Well,
that's
it
a
is,
whole,
that's why
probably
it
that's a
might
whole
be.
rigmarole
That
to
is the
create a
policy.
policy,
Right.
Okay, it is not a policy then.
Not a policy.
Okay.
just a vote.
If we feel we need to go down that road, we can.
Recommendation.
Yes.
Strong
Okay,
suggestion.
motion made and seconded, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Listen, on these minutes, when you post them up, will you just add the professional municipal clerk's documents that we signed, that I'd sent to Caroline, and I believe there's another attachment, Caroline, that I sent attached to these, besides the STR? Can you look back and see what I sent you, please?
yes.
Just because as a person that goes into these minutes in the vault, it's nice that all the documents that we approve or whatever are
So-
attached, so you don't have to try to go,
So the short-term ordinance.
Okay.
And.
yes,
Everybody signed it?
Yes.
That's all it was on that one.
Thank you.
and the municipal
How is
clerk
that one so long?
documents.
Because it has the STR.
Oh, I see, holy shit, that's all,
Not.
okay. All right, is there
it
anything
just-
else?
It was just the ordinance, but.
No, we approved Al and I,
Oh,
as-
updated reserve fund sheet, I'm still waiting on.
yes, but they approved Al and I as municipal clerks, which is actually this week.
Oh,
Like, we signed
oh,
those.
you want me to add that? Okay.
Yes, but I'd like the documents to be attached to the minutes.
Okay.
Do you wanna send them to me when you have them?
For the
I'll-
document that she's just.
I'll have to put them into this PDF and then upload them to the website for them.
I was gonna add them to the minutes. Oh, you're.
They've already signed them,
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
I just need the whatever attachments,
attachment.
additional
Send her the
attachments.
additional.
I can probably bring them up right here.
Well, let them do
Okay.
it, they'll
Yeah.
get it
I
done.
got it.
Yeah.
Don't,
Thank you,
Yeah.
Caroline.
You're welcome.
okay,
Listen.
is there anything else?
No.
I think we wait a couple more minutes to be record.
No, we
No,
were here
10 o'clock.
later.
We were
Yeah,
here
we
till
had a
10
10
o'clock.
o'clock.
I make a motion to adjourn at 9 PM.
Woo-hoo, I
Okay,
second.
excellent, thank you.
Third.
It is
Thank you
Yeah,
all.
yes, thank you.